Then at 10 o'clock, the presentation of the colors and the national anthem, followed by...
Fireworks! It's
Golly,
Wednesday, me too. Wednesday night, July 3rd, the Franklin Firecracker Festival in downtown Franklin. It's the perfect way to start the long holiday weekend and celebrate America's birthday.
The Franklin Firecracker Festival is proudly sponsored by Marshall Mechanical, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer in Franklin. If you need cooling service this summer, give Eric Marshall or Mark Chester a call at 317-738-5940 or just visit them online at callthemarshallnow.com.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock tires. Details in store. Offer good through July 7th. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I had prostate cancer.
A PSA may have saved his life.
Ask your doctor about preventive screenings. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BV, W228CX, Indianapolis. Celebrate the 4th with a Major League Baseball doubleheader. Thursday at 3:30 on FM 107.5, The Fan.
What in the hell do you think you're doing?
Hey, John Boy.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway. So anybody wants to walk, do it now.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get late.
Kick is up, and it is long enough, and it is good! Adam Vinatieri, at age 45, drills one from 57 yards out.
Was kept alive by Oldest Depot, and Sabonis with a left hand.
John, I have never been better to be on the air with you here in Indianapolis, a place where so many of my dreams have come true.
The Ride with JMV, FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
I'm John, and let us have a Friday going into the weekend before the beginning of free agency of the NBA. Big-time conversation. You guys all right with that? We got the Women's World Cup, Team USA in France, just getting ready to get started. What is that, a quarterfinal? Or semi-quarterfinal, I think, isn't it? So that's getting ready to start. We'll keep you updated there. But, yeah, free agency is hitting really hard. Here's the most recent, as of about a minute ago here, Adrian Wojnarowski, and this has nothing to do with the Pacers. My man crush here, I guess, right? That's what all you guys make fun of. Golden State's planning to offer Klay Thompson a 5-year, $190 million maximum contract when free agency opens Sunday, which is not going to surprise anybody. Wojnarowski continues, which is expected to accelerate process of GM Bob Myers and Thompson's agent Greg Lawrence quickly reaching formal agreement. I couldn't get to my damn pen quick enough right there. I don't know about anybody else. I could not get to it quick enough. So, yes, let's reach this formal agreement quickly as humanly possible. How about that? All right. This is kind of funny. I want to bring this up today, and we'll try to, it's not going to be a Connecticut water question of the day, but we will try to keep an accurate gauge regarding what transpires, and clearly we're not going to come up with any answers, as far as the effects to the team moving forward anytime soon. So we'll wait on that. But I'm just kind of curious, as we're on the eve, if you will, of NBA free agency, and we have kind of run the gamut here, haven't we? When you think about it, we have gone from, holy hell, they get a lot of money to spend, one of the best spots in the NBA, and we have all talked ourselves just right down the damn ladder to where are we, in the cellar or the basement or under the foundation or where? Where are we? You guys kind of feel that way? I mean, toward the tail end of the season, after, let's say, the trade deadline, it was all about, well, you're still kind of set up. You'll make a run, see what happens, feel good. Vic comes back. Everything's going to be great. You got young bigs. Everything's great. And we have kind of all just, I shouldn't say me, I guess, but some have kind of talked us into a corner where there is nothing but suctitude ahead. Is that how it feels to you? Because that sure is how it feels to me. I was trying to think about the last time there was a great deal of positivity about this team and its short-term future. Much less the foreseeable future. But again, all the part of the process is here, and everybody talks about the process, and it's funny, but there really is one when it comes to this. You have all these teams. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're planning, but they all have much more leverage than seemingly the Pacers ever think about having. And we always get back to the point that I always try to make to everybody, that this is by far, to maintain or raise the bar to get better, this is by far the most difficult or challenging offseason for anybody. I mean, listen, if it's up to the Knicks can just be an absolute disaster just by being the Knicks. But if you had anybody in there that had any smarts whatsoever, had any brains at all, you get anybody in there that just had just a smidge of smarts, then it wouldn't turn out like that. I mean, it's New York. You still snap a finger, but these guys can't even snap a damn finger. Nothing. So this is by far the most challenging, and we have gone to the, hey, let's discuss Kemba Walker, or let's do this, and what about that, and all the way down to, now we're having conversations about Thomas Satoransky. All the way down is where we are right now. Oh, look who's here. So I get to give a soccer update today. She just about tripped and fell. You almost face planted over there. I would have done play-by-play on that had that happened right here. Almost face planted. I got your soccer updates coming up a little bit later on, too. So be ready for that. Oh, the soccer is officially underway. Oh, they've already scored? Holy crap. Who are they playing? Thailand? They've already scored. It's not even 6 minutes in yet. What is this? Is this Eastern Thailand who they're playing right now? Oh, France. They're playing France. All right. I thought they might have been playing Thailand Junior or something. I mean, you score less than 6 minutes in. I thought France is supposed to be the biggest threat, right, to the women. I mean, they're playing in Paris. Every Frenchie known to man's in there right now rooting against the red, white, and blue, or our red, white, and blue. Wow. 6 minutes. So we'll keep you updated on that anyway. So anyway, back to the NBA conversation. Have we kind of talked ourselves into the negativity? Everybody's as negative as they think. I mean, they're not going in the right direction. They got all the wrong pieces. Nothing's ever going to work. And really right now, beyond just that portion of negativity, if it's not that, it's about, well, they know that they're just going to, bridge the gap. Like I said this, I understand the term bridging the gap. I do. I just thought that it was going to come by virtue of this year. I thought they were going to try to bridge it until Vic gets back. I didn't know you're going to bridge it until next year. I'm not all about any bridging gaps until next year or anything. Hell, I want to be interested. We were talking to Bob Kravitz of The Athletic earlier this week, and that was his thought. And I'm not here to tell you that I think that he's wrong as far as that thought is concerned. I just don't think it's ever crossed their mind about that or to do that. I was talking to Kyle before Kyle returned. Kyle was moving into his new home and making sure his brand new sod is staying saturated and trying to get some internet usage over there in McCordsville. You guys must struggle in that capacity. But he was talking to me about a podcast with Zach Lowe and who's the other dude?
Brian Windhorst.
Brian Windhorst and Zach Lowe. And this is something that JJ brought up a couple of days ago. And in turn, I think it was Alex Golden that tweets us all the time, also brought it up to where they're thinking that the whole Rubio thing might end up being some sort of smoke screen. I don't know if it is or not. It seems... I guess I would have to understand why it'd be necessary to throw out a Ricky Rubio smokescreen. So what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to get everybody around here that wouldn't be on board, kind of all depressed and, oh, woe was us, and schlep Rocky walking around about the Pacers right now and then, unveil some huge surprising maneuver. That part I don't get. It did make sense to us last week when we were talking about it, hey, if this doesn't work with Bojan, and believe me, somebody's probably going to throw some cash at Bojan. It may not end up being San Antonio because I don't know if they have the means without utilizing a sign and trade. If you remember when we had Bobby Marks on, Bobby Marks brought Bojan into the NBA and was talking up a possible sign and trade because San Antonio wanted Bojan. What I was reading about San Antonio, apparently San Antonio does not have the means, at least comparable to that of the Pacers, to just simply go out and get him on the open market like that. At least that's what we think, unless there's some sort of compromise given by Bojan. So that's why he was talking up a sign and trade, and that sign and trade thing was with DeMar DeRozan. If you remember, that was 2-3 weeks ago, approaching 3 weeks ago now, was that conversation. But he brought that up. And if you look at San Antonio, they probably don't have the means, even utilizing a couple of different aspects. You would expect the Lakers to try. I'm telling you, I turned it on this morning because I do want to see just a wide scope. Like here, for here, it's just the Pacers for the most part, and I get that. But I wanted to see a little bit more of a broad scope, if you will, of the rest of the NBA and free agency. And I swear to you, man, good luck on ESPN, because it was all Lakers all the time. Well, it was like everything on down to the dude that cleans out the crappers at the Staples Center, and the difference is going to be if he resigns. That's how it was, all Lakers all the time. This is what's going to happen. Well, I think this guy would like to go there. Hey, here are like 3 guys compared to 1. You can go after 1 max elite level free agent, but then get 3 of these guys. And there was nary a damn discussion really about anybody else. That was it. That must play big out west. I'm assuming it plays really big out west, and I would guess it has to play big just in NBA. Just in the all-over loving NBA community itself, east, west, north, south, because damn, you talk about overdoing it. That's overdoing it. Hey, here are 5 guys we think could fit in. And that was from Greenberg on through to the other 2 dudes. And, I saw Charlie Arnold on there this morning, though. Chuck was doing a little first take, but it was, Greenberg and whoever he's got. They always got some football guy slammed in there. Hey, let's get Marcus Spears and see what he thinks. Okay. Great. Anyway, it's all Lakers all the time on ESPN. Whatever floats it, I guess, and clearly that floats it for them. But back to the Pacers, we've kind of talked ourselves in the past three, maybe 3.5 months. From visions of, maybe first time free agent greatness to, now being in a spot, most of which believing they're going in the wrong direction as far as how they're handling player personnel. Most of which believe they're going in the wrong direction as far as what they went out to do in the draft. And even the rumors out there. Who we got rumors about right now? Rubio, Rozier, Satoransky, and that kind of quieted down because really nobody cared, but that was a rumor too. Who was the fourth? Malcolm Brogdon was the other one? And the rumor is that Chicago may go after Brogdon, but if they don't, maybe the Pacers would have interest in Brogdon. He's a restricted free agent, correct? Now, if Brogdon gets away from Milwaukee, if Brogdon is good away from that setting in Milwaukee, with Antetokounmpo and then Chris Middleton, who's also a free agent, just unrestricted free agent. Is he as good outside of that situation as he has been in that situation? Those are the questions we're talking about right now. Just not a lot of hope. We got everybody like incredibly negative right now. Why is that? You guys all feel that way? Anybody out there feel that the direction that we believe that they are going, the direction that Kevin talked up on this show about this time last week, the direction that Nate was alluding to as far as big guys, anybody believe in that? Because you got Kevin and you had Mike, I think, before me. They were both kind of making fun of it, didn't believe in it. Anybody out there believe in it at all? Is there any way that the Pacers organization might be onto something that nobody else out there is, just by virtue of what we have witnessed over the past 5-6+ years? Anybody out there? I'm telling you, and I was listening. I think it was I was out on my lawnmower. I heard Mike and Kevin were going to be on, and I heard them talking about, how they believe that one of the bigs are going to end up getting dealt. I'm telling you, it would really surprise me because he didn't answer directly last week in the presser after they introduced Goga. But I could not ask the damn question any more straightforward. Will Miles and Domas be on this team in the same uniform to start the season? And he said absolutely. And I've talked about it a lot, and I know he's heard about it. So if he would have said, well, I really didn't. He probably would have told me by now. And I know that ultimately, if you get an offer that you can't refuse, I think we can all understand that. If you go, well, I told you this, but then a week and a half, 10 days, 2 weeks later, things change. I get that. I do get that. I wouldn't mind to. I kind of made fun of Jeff Goodman for being used like this 2 years ago. I need somebody to use me for a smokescreen anyway, I think. Somebody used me for a smokescreen because, the effect I have with all three of you people listening right now is tremendous. I'm going to sway all three of you people into our corner. Let's use this hillbilly as a smokescreen. Good idea. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. The direction, and is it all about negative? Is it all about backpedaling? Or does anybody believe that with the right bits and pieces, if it's not elite, then so be it. But with bits and pieces you can put together here, maybe some subtle trade, 18 plus from TJ Warren. I give anybody out there reason to believe. And by the way, too, when it is said and done, how many of these guys are going to be back? I think I have said that I believe Bojan is going to be back, and that's the only one. If he's not back, is anybody else back? I saw Corey Joseph is getting interest in Phoenix, and I said all along I thought Darren Collison was going to end up back in L.A. They're going to need somebody to play back there. That just seems, he is steady. You can count on him. He is not spectacular in any department, but, hell, 2 years ago he led the NBA in three-point shooting. Southern California, UCLA connection. I think he's going to end up in L.A. Not with the Clippers, but with the Lakers. We are going to see what you guys believe today. If you don't mind, at 239-1070, email address at JMV at 1070thefan.com. So, who put it in? Megan Rapinoe? Wow. Got a free kick in. And that is the 1-0 advantage over France right now. Yeah, Klay Thompson's going to get to max. That should surprise absolutely nobody. I'm going to tell you what. This afternoon, and then as soon as we step out of here, it is going to be an avalanche all weekend long of this and that, and I'm sure that there's a great deal of misdirection. Do you buy the Ricky Rubio's a smokescreen?
Kind of hope he is.
Do you buy? No, okay, but do you? You heard Kevin here last week. You and I both talked about that at length. He knew what we were talking about when we were asking him. He did.
I don't think it's a smokescreen.
I don't either. I think it's legit. I think it is legit, and I think it's exactly how we explained it to be. Or we thought what we heard. And I think if it's not, then I think maybe logically a guy like Terry Rozier is a dude they may end up going after. But we shall see. All right, so we got that at 239-1070. The first of two, I got to thank Live Nation. You guys, there are going to be some people for the first time going to see Dave Matthews Band tonight on us. And Kyle and Kimmy from Live Nation, and I think that is spectacular. So go out and have fun. It's going to be a heater out there tonight and tomorrow, but you guys will be good. It's always good, man. You get old. It's not all just one age, but you get a mixture, and you're going to get some wafting. One of these days, the wafting's going to be okay, right? One of these days, you're going to be out and be able to fire up a big fat doob out there, and nobody's going to care. It's just not today. But the wafting of marijuana smoke will be going on out there, and it will be coming from a variety of different areas. Your 58-year-old uncle will be doing it, and your 21-year-old college junior will be doing it, all enjoying Dave Matthews Band because, from what the Benners tell me, every time it's a different show each and every night. A different show. I'm telling you, that's true. I did go to one with David Benner, and I swear they didn't play one song. And I'm not the dumbest guy in the world here. I know Dave Matthews Band music. I didn't recognize anything. I thought, did they just write this and produce it in the back before they? I had no idea what the hell was going on. I thought, give me a little something here, a little ants marching, too much. Satellite. Space between. I was getting stuff from the P and the X and the Z side here. And that's Dave Matthews Band. But again, thanks to Live Nation. A lot of people are going to enjoy that later on tonight. And it makes me feel good that a lot of those will be from this show. All right, anything else we can go into? Major League Baseball, we certainly can if you like. I'm going to hit up some of your tweets in a minute. Thank you. Oh, these are going to be good too. I'm telling you guys are all incredibly negative. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your rear end. I just don't know. I'm not the biggest Rubio guy out here, but like I've said with Chris Ballard and the Colts before, I don't mind a path. I mean, I don't mind if your belief, if you're just throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping, then I mind about that. But if you have a plan, then I'm going to dig on the plan, I would guess. Well, until it just falls flat, or if it does. I'm not trying to compare the two situations because they're not comparable to me, but that's one thing that Chris does with the Colts. Jim would be, hey, spin this and spin that. Hey, here's my wallet. All right, I'll buy 19 other Pink Floyd guitars, but you can go out there and get yourself a cornerback right now if you want. But Chris just stays with the plan. It would surprise me if all of a sudden the Pacers are in this right now and decide to go ahead and eject on the plan. This seems like it's the plan. Now, I don't know if it's the longest term. I think they give themselves some wiggle room to say, hey, if this thing isn't working, then let's punt. I think you kind of have to, because we talked about if you're with this organization and you make an egregious error in judgment, you're done for a long time. You just can't jump right back into it. So let us discuss the negativity. Let us discuss what you think will happen this weekend and certainly down the road and what your expectation might be. And if anybody out there actually does believe in it, believe in the path, believe in the plan, believe in the rebirth of the big man. Now, granted, we're not talking about the rebirth of a big man in terms of Patrick Ewing back to the basket type of dude here. We're still talking about people that face up and shoot threes and play this era's game, but they're just bigger. Anybody believe in it out there? I think you got Hammer tickets. I didn't give them away yesterday. We got a pair of Hammer tickets to give away then today, right? Hammer's house party will do that. I'm going to get your calls coming up on the other side. Hashtag Ask Pat's got some Yeti in it, and you guys dig on that. We got questions. Hashtag Ask Pat coming up here. And maybe a couple of other things. I don't want to mention anything yet because we're out to somebody, and I don't know if they're going to land in here or not. Hopefully so, but we're not quite sure. We still on the holding pattern on that? All right. But Pat Sullivan's going to be in studio at 4 o'clock. Going to be a lot of me, a lot of you today, which is always a damn good thing. Because the final time, you're going to be able to cut loose today, and I think today is a good day to do it. 239-1070. Your phones, emails, tweets. We'll keep you updated on the U.S. women in France in that quarterfinal of the Women's World Cup. 1-0, 23rd minute. We'll keep you updated. Back with you next. Team USA, by the way, in front. Big news from Darren Andrews, PAI Medical Group Clinic Director and one of my favorite former Indianapolis football players, Rick DeMulling.
That's right, JMV. Rick DeMulling chose WeGrowHairIndy.com to grow his hair back.
Yeah, got linked up with JMV, and he highly recommend I call.
Well, I can't speak enough of my results and the way that I was treated.
I'm giving it my best shot. We are throwing everything PAI has at it.
And like you, JMV, Rick will have our trademark multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Great!
PRP and laser treatments.
That's right. I'm tackling hair loss.
Rick, it's resodding the playing field. PAI's got football players now. Resod the playing field.
JMV, I'm tackling hair loss.
Schedule your free evaluation with our friend Darren Andrews at WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 888-724-5129. That's 888-724-5129.
Go to my VIP page, see my procedure, and keep up with my progress.
Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's 888-724-5129.
Quit eating your burgers off a coffee table. If you want to eat a burger, put it on a bar. Follow your instincts to B-dubs for the new All-American Cheeseburger. Fresh, juicy beef smashed till it's crispy around the edges, covered in gooey cheese, and stacked to the ceiling with deliciousness. And knock that baby down with a frosted beer at the bar, just like the sports gods intended. The new All-American Cheeseburger at Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
When Richard injured his knee working on his Indiana farm 5 years ago, he was prescribed hydrocodone for the pain. He used the medication as directed and stored the remaining unused pills in his bathroom where they were forgotten, until several years later, when his curious 2.5-year-old granddaughter Abigail came for a visit. The toddler innocently found her way into the forgotten corners of the bathroom cabinet. Her mother found her unresponsive near the bathroom door. Before paramedics could arrive, Abigail took her last breath. A casualty of an opioid overdose.
Imagine this without the Office of the Indiana Attorney General going to work on our state's drug problem, with programs like the Indiana Drug Take Back that helps keep unused prescription medications out of the wrong hands. Since 2017, nearly 2 tons worth of drugs have been taken off the streets. For more about the efforts put forth by the dedicated employees of the Office of the Indiana Attorney General, go to hereforhoosiers.org.
At the crossroads of America, the Office of the Indiana Attorney General is here for Hoosiers.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Baptist Heating and Air.
Dad wants me to make an ABC commercial. A stands for air conditioning, B stands for Baptist, C stands for quick. No, honey, Q is for quick. You could use C for comfortable. And you could also say D for dial now. Oh, A is for air conditioning, B is for Baptist, C is for comfortable, and D is for dial now.
For your HVAC needs from A to Z, call 782-1900.
Baptist Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Hi, I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet, and I'm with Tony Kanaan, Indy's adopted son.
Chuck, we had some fun in May, didn't we?
Yes, we did, TK. So much so that we are doing it again this month.
What kind of deals do we got?
We have 0% interest for up to 84 months on new Chevys.
84 months, no interest? That's huge.
Also, get up to $4,000 more for your trade. We need some trades, TK.
Man, that sounds like it.
So find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
Hey, JMV here. Time for today's soccer scoreboard update brought to you by our hometown club, the Indy 11, who host to Louisville City. That's coming up on the 29th at 7. Tickets as low as $15 to the Lucas Oil Stadium box office or Indy11.com. Right now in Paris, France, the quarterfinal of the Women's World Cup, 27th minute. Team USA with a 1-0 advantage over France. So there you go. We'll keep you updated on this. And to remind you, 29th, Louisville City, in town, Indy 11. You can check it out as low as $15. Lucas Oil Stadium box office, have a blast, or online, Indy11.com.
2019 NBA Draft.
One of the most exciting drafts for Indiana basketball.
The Indiana Pacers select Goga Bitadze.
And you heard it live on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The Boston Celtics select Romeo Langford.
Find out what happens next on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Who sucked out the feeling?
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Hey, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. It's hot and humid, and by God, this is summertime right here. Hello! Hope I see you down at Lake Monroe tomorrow. I'm going to go to the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina later on tonight, and I'm going to go poolside, and I'm just going to drink poolside. So if anybody wants to stop by and drink with me poolside tomorrow, let's do it. All stinking day long. This is going to be me. And if you have a boat and you want to invite me out there and take me to a damn rope swing, let's do it. You and your boat. I'm ready. JMV, did you miss the Yacht Rock thing last night? I did. The Naughty Yachties played in Speedway. Nobody stinking told me. I would have talked it up. They're playing Caramel Fest on July the 3rd. And then back to the Vogue on August the 16th. That's the Adam Ritz crew, the Naughty Yachties, and they're really good. I like them. You can check them out. Caramel Fest, July the 3rd. The Vogue, August the 16th. Apparently they played somewhere in Speedway last night, but hell, nobody told me. I appreciate that. Michael Hayes says, JMV, not heard anything about Austin Rivers. What's your thoughts on that? I'm not the biggest Austin Rivers guy in the world. Chad asked this, what do you think about being in the running for Eric Gordon? We talked about this yesterday. It's floating around out there that Houston wants a number one. Good luck with getting a number one. I don't think I'd give up a number one for Eric Gordon. If we can find something else. I guess, you know what? It depends. I take that back. It depends. Let's just say if you could utilize the art of negotiation and work something out, I would want Eric Gordon here. I take that back. Eric Gordon here, I think, would be good. What is Eric Gordon? 30 years old? Good shooter? I'd be all over that. David Schillings writes this. Hey, look for Ricky Rubio, Justin Holiday, and JaMychal Green to be signed. Bogey only if 17 mil and less. No names, but a solid team. Likely the best they can do, and I'll be okay with it. So let's just take what David had to say here for a moment. Rubio, Justin Holiday, which would corner the market almost on holidays here. Ricky Rubio, Justin Holiday, JaMychal Green, and then obviously you got Warren in here too, TJ Warren. What would that look like to anybody? To fill the present holes. Stew on that one just for a second. Mark in Arcadia writes this. I have to ask you, are you checking out the Days of the Dead next weekend? Mark, I'm glad that you asked because I swear to you, normally I've been on vacation when this happens. I saw that Pam Anderson's going to be here. Who's going to be the first to get Pam Anderson on this show is what I want to know. I mean, there is not a more appropriate place in the world if Pamela Anderson is coming to Indianapolis next weekend, right here. She has to be right here. See, I've struggled in the fall, Mark, with getting somebody recently. The summer's always been pretty good. But I looked at the list. William Shatner, who was on with me back in February and was spectacular as the headliner. If you guys, William Shatner, obviously from Star Trek fame, but William Shatner, as we talked to him last February, he married somebody from Lebanon, and he lives in Kentucky, and he's up here all the time. So William Shatner would be great, but Pam Anderson, there is no better place in the world than being right here. Yes.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson will not be at Days of the Dead.
Oh! When did that happen?
I don't know. I just looking at their website now.
Oh, she canceled? Oh, man. Bummer. Well, son of a gun. I would have to think that maybe that would have been Pamela Anderson's. You know what? I take that back. I bet it's not her first time here. She's probably dated people in bands that have played here before, and she's been here, I'd imagine. Yeah, I know Mark says Michael Biehn from Terminator. I wouldn't mind. I will say this for those Days of the Dead people out here. If somebody can work up, and you can look him up on Twitter, Dennis Christopher, the actor who was in Breaking Away. If anybody can get Dennis Christopher on here next week, I would do that too. One of the stars of Breaking Away from 79. Of course, about Bloomington and Little Five. Man, Pam Anderson's not here. Canceled. Bummer. It's from Carl at JMV. Good luck getting a boat on Lake Monroe. It's 15 feet high. So are you saying that the pool's going to be packed for me tomorrow, Carl? I'll take a packed pool, brother. I'll be out there. It won't be packed when I roll out there on my grape smugglers. Hey, yeah, you guys want to sit next to me? Well, here's what I wore. Yeah, I didn't have a boat anyway. It's from Chad. Hey, JMV, what if KP goes all Team Indiana, somehow gets Hayward and Eric Gordon heading into the season? Wishful thinking, but I could get behind it. You guys really want to deal Miles Turner for Gordon Hayward? You do that over there? Because I think that's probably, Chad, when anybody brings up Gordon Hayward possibility being here, or, Boston-wise anybody being here, you know whose name pops up? It's Miles Turner. You guys want to do a Miles Turner for Gordon Hayward? I like Gordon Hayward, but no. 239-1070. Greg, lead us off today. What you got?
Hey, this is Greg. How are you?
I couldn't be better. Go ahead.
So, listen, I agree with you totally, man. Just pessimistic, and it's 90 degrees. We finally have a sunny day, but I think the Pacers are in trouble. I mean, I think they made a good choice, Pritchard, by dealing George, to – I think the Oladipo injury killed us. So I think they should take a step back. We don't have a all-star to bring in, another all-star, and just, I don't know if they can pocket the money. I'm not saying that, but this is a lost year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready to buy into a lost year stuff here. I'm not. I'm just not.
I'm not saying tanking.
Yeah.
Bring in a T.J. Warren Gray, bring in a Ricky Rubio Gray, but come on, we had a really good team. If he hadn't have gotten hurt, we could have been in the conference final. So I think you do need to take a step back and realize what you have.
And again, hey, Greg, thank you for the call. I don't know. They would have a team that you would think would better be competitive against Boston. I mean, listen, we all saw what Vic looked like before that injury, and he wasn't anywhere near Vic. He wasn't Vic of year one here. I mean, I do get you things would have been better. I don't know how much better, more competitive, and not being swept by Boston, sure. But, I mean, let's say it. I mean, Collison, as much as I do like him, it's run its course. Tyreek Evans was somebody that didn't work out at all last year, as we know. I mean, we all like Thad, but if I'm Thad, I probably would maybe want to end up someplace else anyway, unless I just overall love it here and want to come back and want to give some type of hometown discount. And I'm not saying anybody do that with their money. And it seems like he's better fit someplace else now, especially with T.J. Warren in here. I guess I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to be willing to just go ahead and wave the white flag next year. I know a lot of people are. And that's exactly what happens when people start talking about bridging the gap between one year and the other. That's exactly what they're saying. JMV, I totally agree with Eric Gordon, but has to be protected first, expiring contract. I would give that a great deal of thought. I mean, listen, they float out all this that they want, and you think they're going to get number one for P.J. Tucker? Absolutely not. JMV, I know this is one of your all-time favorites. Did you know that 41 years ago today, the greatness that was Convoy premiered Chris Christopherson and Ally McGraw. I did. Like I said, I can always tell you where I've seen every movie in my life at a theater. This was at the old Bloomington Uptown Theater that used to be right next to the Bluebird and Ward's Barber Shop on the corner. And they had 3 there, and you could basically hear bits and pieces of all 3 in each theater. It was fairly tight quarters, but yes. My grandpa was cool as hell and took all the fellas. What was I, 7? I was 8 years old. Took all of us 8-year-old fellas to see Convoy because we were all into the whole CB talk back then. I was putting the hammer down and we were all into the CB talk. What's your 1020, 10100, all of that. But yeah. I was about it. JMV at 1070thefan.com is the email address. Happy anniversary, Convoy. Hey, JMV, as much as I like Sabonis as a player, I feel like trying to put Sabonis and Turner together for extended periods of time is both stubborn and, quite frankly, stupid in thinking they're going to somehow change the way the game is currently being played in the NBA. Sabonis would probably be on the one to go. Need versatile wings and or shooters. I like to see them try to snag Jaylen Brown via trade. That was the other thing regarding Miles Turner, or just a big in general, that people were dropping in. See, I just got a text, and it suggested that plenty of Pacer fans waved the white flag 2 years ago, but there's a difference between that, and I get what you're saying. There's a difference between now and then. Then, it's putting your hands up because your star hosed you. Your star screwed you. Your star wanted to leave. And you were kind of left holding the bag. And if you remember at that point in time, after that trade, I mean, this Pacer organization was the butt of jokes the entire time. Well, until the product actually hit the floor. And then the jokes as they won games and surprised in doing so and impressed, those jokes stopped. And then the joke was on them. But as I always argue, 2 years ago, the expectations were very basic, and it was play hard. I know these guys are going to play hard. What we were trying to do, and especially fans, trying to justify the fact that the guy for your franchise bailed, wanted out of here. So to me, that's different. That's different than this year. I mean, it's more of a challenge this year because of the variety of things I've already explained, but then obviously Vic trying to come back from what he's coming back from, and we'll see. I mean, other than Tony Parker, there is just no comparison for it. And certainly not somebody that just thrives on the floor via his athleticism. So I do agree. I mean, 2 years ago, everybody was waving the white flag, but it was different. I mean, you were kind of the jilted boyfriend or girl, whatever that is. That's the dumbest thing ever. I can't believe I just used that as an analogy. My bad. You're kind of the jilted boyfriend or girlfriend. You know that meme or gif or whatever where it's got the dude that's holding hands with this chick and then looking back at the other chick walking by? Like that was we the Pacers then was the chick. And you were holding hands with Paul George and he was looking at Oklahoma City walking by. I don't know. He was looking at somebody else. At time, I guess he was looking at the Lakers walking by. So that to me is a little bit different. I mean, the bar was set back then at, hey, just play hard. Everybody's going to be satisfied. We all know this. I mean, it's always going to be more than that. But that's where it was. You know, this is different because you come off a season where you were swept, but you still did have a good record, and a lot of which work-wise was done without your star. So it's just naturally going to be higher as of right now. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Eric on the other side. Mike can be here too. Pat Sullivan, hashtag Ask Pat. Get your questions in. Somebody's going to win some Yeti. If I read your question or take your question via the phone on the air and we pick you, you will get not only a Yeti prize package, but I think there's some Traeger rub in there. A little bit of Traeger rub and some Yeti for you. Hashtag Ask Pat, the summer staple. We'll continue to keep you updated. Team USA, they're approaching halftime with the USA women up 1-0. They scored in the first 5 minutes of this quarterfinal in France versus France. Quick break. Back with you next.
Join us on July 4th at IPL's Downtown Freedom Fest and stop by the Anthem Hydration Station, located on the grounds of the Indiana War Memorial for free water. Details, 1070thefan.com.
I'm Drew. I think freedom and financial stability go hand in hand.
At KeyBank, we believe it's never too early to start thinking about making financial progress.
As a college student, I run into a lot of expenses, so having a bank that helps me to manage my personal finances helps a lot.
KeyBank's digital tools help you make, then manage your budget, so you always know where you stand.
Budgeting your money isn't always the easiest thing, but by using the KeyBank mobile app and seeing where your money's being spent on a regular basis, it allows you to establish the amount of money that you can put towards different things. And that's more money that you can spend on things that you care about. To have freedom to spend your money the way you want to, the only way you can do that is by being financially stable.
Get $300 when you open a qualifying checking account and set up direct deposit. Offer details at key.com/get300 or your local branch. Must be enrolled in online banking to use the mobile app. Message and data rates from your wireless provider may apply. KeyBank is member FDIC.
Welcome to the Sagamore Club, a private golf club and residential community like no other. Sagamore is inspired by golf's time-honored values and traditions. Just recently, Sagamore was recognized as one of the area's top private clubs, as the Jack Nicklaus signature design was rated the number 10 course in Indiana by Golf Digest. In addition to its award-winning course, the club features numerous amenities for members and guests, including upscale casual dining, swimming, tennis, fitness facility, and an active social calendar. Sagamore offers a place where your home can be created just for you by one of the area's finest custom builders. Set up an appointment to experience the Sagamore Club. Start your journey in making your dream home a reality today. Call 776-2500, 776-2500. Sagamore Golf Club and Community in Noblesville between State Road 37 and I-69. Sagamore, your club, your home.
Hey, that number's 844-1-HOUR. That's 844-1-HOUR. 1 hour heating and air conditioning. All right, we're in it now. So how is your AC unit running? Can you tell? Does it feel as if it's doing the job that it's supposed to do? I can give you, the garden variety things you can do, like changing or staying on top of the filter, but you got to call in the experts to make sure that everything's running the way that it should, keeping you cool and comfortable on the interior and then not costing you money because your system flat is inefficient. It's 1 hour heating and air conditioning with the experts at 844-1-HOUR. They come in, give it a once-over. If something needs to be fixed, they will do it, and they will do it right there. They're not going to come there and go, oh, hold a minute, I got to go back to the shop. I got to go back to the warehouse and get this or get that. Now they're going to have it on the truck and ready to fix it right then and right there. Your comfort in your home during the heat and humidity of the summer is just a phone call away. That's 1 hour heating and air conditioning. 844-1-HOUR. Tell them I sent you. 844-1-HOUR today.
Springtime in Indy, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Rich did. He called Rhino Shield.
Aluminum siding built in 1961. It also had a lot of stains, and it was white, and we wanted to change the color.
Remember, with Rhino Shield, it's not paint, it's better.
We're told that it's hard to paint aluminum siding and get a good adhesion with regular paint, so Rhino Shield was great.
And now, Central Indiana, you too can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
They came on a Saturday and power washed everything all around the house. And then they came back and did all the work on Monday and Tuesday. And in 2 full days, they worked on a Monday and were completely done by Tuesday.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer's limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Don't paint. Don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Get to Dick's Sporting Goods for our huge tent sale clearance event going on now. For a limited time, you can save up to 70% off clearance footwear, apparel, and more. Great brands like Nike, New Balance, Under Armour, Reebok, and Adidas. Don't miss these hot deals. Plus, stop in and gear up with our biggest outdoor sale of the year. 50% off select mountain bikes or kayaks as low as $149.98. Hurry, shop in-store now or go to Dicks.com. Items are selling out quickly and the sale ends soon. Every season starts at Dick's. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hey, John for CarX. Joe Childers run CarX in Central Indiana. Joe is one of the best dudes ever. And Here's what the best dudes ever do. They make sure the job that they're doing is at its best. And when it comes to your car, truck, or van, that's exactly how you want it. That's exactly how you're going to get it at your Central Indiana area CarX location. Like this. Well, the AC needs to be working right now. It just flat does. CarX will inspect the entire AC system for only $19.99. It's going to get you set for that long summer road trip when the temps are just like this on the outside right now. And, there might be a little squeaking going on. Frankly, I got a little squeaking and grinding, too. That's why I got to get my ride into CarX, and you should, too. A lifetime guaranteed brake pad, only $89.99 per axle on most vehicles. CarX has always been the best in brakes, the best in tires, overall service, anything you need mechanically done, you trust what they do. Timely service, guarantees, discounts, great pricing. Tell Joel Childers that I sent you to CarX today.
Indy 11 continues the USL's most heated rivalry against Louisville City FC this Saturday, June 29th. Tickets for the 7 p.m. kickoff on sale now at Indy11.com.
Braves, Mets, Sunday night baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on FM 107.5, The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Yeah, right. I don't want to say anything because I'm just going to say the wrong thing here. I am that freaking pissed. It's just bull.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Kyle's back. I'm John. Thank you for joining us. Hashtag Ask Pat, top of the hour. Somebody's going to win a Yeti prize package. Oh, you want me to bring up pergolas to Pat? Because I am not on board with the pergola. I think if you build a structure in your yard like that damn thing needs a roof, all right? And there's no roof on a pergola. There might be vines and weeds, grass, limbs, trees, a bush, but it's not a roof. If you get a structure in your yard that is going to be like that, it's a structure, you got to have a roof on it. Put a damn roof on it. We'll see if Pat Sullivan agrees with my pergola analogy coming up here. JMV, maybe the Pacers should be looking at guys, free agents that are trying to build their basketball resume. Isn't this the home of the Most Improved Player Award? Not necessarily looking for hype and glitz. I think we're three foolish men, man. I think we're far down the road for the whole hype and glitz thing. Remember, there was a point in time when we were all talking about elite level free agent, and hell, now we're all talking about me. And what happens if you could sign there after you play at Perry Meridian on Saturday morning? What I'm giving you is in the past 3 months, that's where we are. I mean, the conversation has just devolved into that level of negativity. It's amazing. Jennifer Berger says the 10-100 is better than the 10-200. That is right on board. Hashtag Smoking the Bandit. I got all my CB talk and lingo back in the day, courtesy of Convoy, BJ and the Bear, Moving On, and Smokey and the Bandit. It was a big deal back then. You guys thought cell phones were a big damn deal when they burst onto the scene. Everybody in the world had to have a damn CB in their car back then. Do you know what Breaker 19 means? In CB fame? This is another Ask Kyle here.
Now, this is a little bit before my time. It's something like you're talking to a different truck with your ham radio. It
means you're on channel 19, and you're looking for somebody out there. It's an original CB slang term telling other CB users that you would like to start a transmission on channel 19, Breaker 19. Anybody still use CBs? Truckers still use them? No. Eric's at 239-1070. Eric, hello. How are you?
Hey, Jay. I'm doing well. Couple quick points, but now hear your thoughts. So first on Gordon Hayward, has nothing to do with Gordon Hayward, but you don't trade a player that's 24 years old with no injury history who's making $18 million for one that's 30 with 3 years left at $32 million and coming off a catastrophic injury.
I probably should have just said that. I think you're absolutely right. Yes.
But
yes.
Number two, Sabonis and Turner they can't play together with the way the Pacers are constructed. But I'm sure if you put Sabonis and Turner with LeBron or KD or something like that, they could function. And then lastly, our best bet as a city like Indianapolis is to not, do your diligence, see if one out of the blue free agents want to come, but it's going after somebody like a Bradley Beal right now. And that's the way we can get talent. And I appreciate it, buddy. Have a great weekend.
You too, Eric. Thank you very much. All right. Give me a thought here. Because I know there's some people who are down on Nate, not all, but some. If they had a different philosophy from a different coach, would you believe in the Miles and Domas moving forward? Would you have more of a belief in it? Or would you still say, hey, look what the rest of the NBA is doing right now? Or I mean, everybody's default key is going, well, look what Golden State, But would you feel differently about it then? That's the question to ask. Oh, Doyle's on the board at 444 today. Greg Doyle, 444. And Lavelle Crawford is in. You guys know who Lavelle Crawford is? Do you know who Lavelle Crawford is? Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad's top 5 TV show of all time for me.
Holy hell. Lavelle Crawford was in Breaking Bad, and he once laid on a bed of cash. He's also a tremendous comedian, and he's going to be at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. He's going to be there later on tonight as well. Lavelle Crawford's going to join us coming up at 4:30. Greg Doyle in the 4 o'clock hour. Anything goes 5:30, and we have Hammer tickets for you. Let me take a break and get back with you. Other side next with hashtag AskPat.
Sports with Dan Dockage.
David Cohn, do you think you could do the same things now that you did then, or even close?
No, definitely not. That's a great question. I kind of feel for these guys nowadays. It seems like most of the players, they go back to their hotel rooms when they're on the road and they play video games instead of where we going out. We go have dinner on the road. We go to a bar afterwards. We take over the place. And, nowadays, there's just no way these guys can get away with that.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Discover downtown Indy like never before. June 29th, it's Indiana Sports Corp's Indy Ultimate, the ultimate adventure run-walk course with over 20 interactive experiences. Kick a field goal at Lucas Oil Stadium, run the bases at Victory Field, take center stage at the Indiana Repertory Theater, and ride paddle boats on the canal. It's 5 miles of bucket list fun. Registration includes a t-shirt, Indy Ultimate medal, virtual goodie bag, and admission to the post-race party. Saturday, June 29th. Register now at IndyUltimate.com.
Everybody's talking about Diamonds Direct.
It's amazing. They'll be our jewelers for life at this point.
You could not beat the prices that I got at Diamonds Direct.
The middleman was cut out, and that's what we liked about Diamonds Direct.
You could come in here and then go online and research it yourself. You cannot beat the value that Diamonds Direct gives you.
Diamonds Direct had a bigger selection for us to choose from that same day. They didn't have to order out. They had them in store.
It's comfortable and it's laid back, but it's efficient and professional.
Very laid back. Not one time did we feel like we were being pressured.
Go to Diamonds Direct. Don't go anywhere else and don't waste your time. This is the place you need to be.
They have a great ability to meet your budget and give you the biggest bang.
As a matter of fact, my insurance company recommends Diamonds Direct.
You should go into Diamonds Direct, see what they're all about, and I promise you won't want to go anywhere else.
It's unanimous. Diamonds Direct is the people's choice for selection, for quality, for guidance, and of course, for value. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing, official jeweler of the Colts, and where Indy gets engaged.
That sound means only one thing. Dave Matthews Band live. Tonight, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Dave Matthews Band Summer Tour 2019, part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
Hey, John for PAI. We grow hairindy.com. Multi-unit hair grafting, artist robotic FUE. It's the procedures that help get your hair regenerated. Regrowth through both, and then you can throw in laser hair therapy. It all works, and it's all about your real growing hair. If you would like to have your real growing hair or save it from where it's going right now, because you see it kind of just leaving periodically in the mirror, combing it, brushing it, whatever. There's a way. Multi-unit hair grafting, Artist Robotic FUE, and Darren Andrews at PAI. Get that private consultation today. If you're interested in having that real growing hair again, you've got options. It's PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. One of the owners, Beth Rovazini, says B&W is proud to have their very own training center on premises in Speedway.
To help new techs that are just graduating from high school, and then also refresh older techs, and just to look at products too, because we really think it's important that we find the best product for that customer.
Put B&W's expert technicians to work for you at 243-3581. B&W is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Hi, I'm Tony Kanaan.
And I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet.
Chuck, is it quiet this month without the sound of racing?
Oh no, TK. We have a huge summer sale going on.
What does that mean, Chuck?
We have all new Chevys priced to go and 0% interest for up to 84 months.
That's huge.
And we also have up to $4,000 more for your trade.
So where do I get the best deal this summer?
Find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The Yankees face the Red Sox in London tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 on FM 107.5, The Fan. You're listening to The Ride with JMV.
The sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, they all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Shout out to those of you that are heading up to Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center for the first of back-to-back nights with Dave Matthews Band.
I heard you talking about Dave Matthews.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to a Dave Matthews Band
I
show?
have gone once, and my kids love it.
Yeah.
But I felt the same way. I know I'm going to sound like the old guy, get off my lawn, but it's like, where does one song end and the next one begin?
Yeah. I just, I said, I know a lot of these songs on their playlist or in their catalog, but why aren't you playing them? That's what I asked.
Well, you don't know that they're not. They might be playing them somewhere in the 40-minute.
That's a good time, though.
It is. Everybody has a great
good time. It's going to be something up there tonight. We gave away tickets for tonight's show.
Hydrate.
High sign if you guys are on your way to Ruoff, and if you're up in that area of Noblesville, good luck getting around, because it's going to be a tough one coming up later on tonight. And again,
we get some mums, fall mums, and they're putting the mums down right now, so they're at a very critical stage. And it's, I'll mention, it's Hood's Garden.
Mm-hmm.
The heads on these mums are huge, and I attribute it to the marijuana smoke that floats over onto the mum field. It's a theory. There's no science behind it. I'm just saying that when it comes to a big-headed mum, Hoods has it going on.
One of these days, you'll be able to take your one-hitter in there and just do it in front of everybody and not have to hide it like many will be doing later on tonight.
Yeah. That's what we need. We need people
It is going to be happening.
We need people to feel like it's okay to do nothing. That's what this country needs.
No, do you
That's
know?
exactly
do you
what
know
it is.
completely that's how it makes you feel? You don't either.
No, I've never smoked pot in my life, but I happen to have some experience. I'm just saying. It makes it okay
well,
to...
how do you have... Oh, because you
I have kids.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you.
A lot of them.
I got you. So they just kind of lay around and eat Cheetos is what you're saying?
Let me just say my son graduated from Colorado State. But the key word there is graduated.
Graduated, yeah.
Yes, he did.
Well, it probably broadened, expanded his mind, right?
13 years.
13. Well, hell, it took me 13 years and I wasn't on anything. Yeah.
26 semesters.
Been there and done
Plus
that.
summer school.
Hashtag.
No, that's not true.
Hashtag Ask Pat. Pat Sullivan is in studio. We had a great time at Matt Park's place in Noblesville last weekend.
That was fun. Good people.
I mean, you just completely whizzed all over the yard on everything. There's weeds up here. There's pot growing in your gutter.
Yeah,
you got a low spot here. Blah, blah, blah. But no, they were great people.
I thought that's why you brought me out.
Now, that's
to
kinda
give
it.
the
It
homeowner
is.
a little bit of help.
It is. It is. So, hey, I got one for you. This is my hashtag Ask Pat. I think pergolas suck. Changed my mind.
Okay, let me just tell you that I was thinking about this the other day because I heard this discussion. Happened to know a local family in Michigan. Their child, they were in Michigan, rented a place. Child fell out of a 3rd-story window onto a pergola, saved their life.
Oh, yeah? So that's your counterpoint to me. I just think anything that big
that
needs a roof.
No, that should stop you
See,
in your
you
track.
can't. Don't bring the child saved life falling out of something. So you just made that up.
No, I did not.
You said Michigan, too, just to you plunged the knife deeper.
No.
Yeah, you
True
did.
story.
Come on.
All right, now let me tell you why pergola is what you want.
Please explain, Mr. Pergola.
Pergola, by the building code, is not a structure. Therefore, in most communities, Indianapolis does not need a permit. Put a roof on it, even if it's plastic film, get your rear end downtown and sit there because you need a permit.
Why even, if you're not going to put a roof on something like that and you can't sit under it if it rains or for shade, why build it?
You get shade.
You don't get any shade. Oh,
you
do
get that.
Get shade. Oh, yeah, that shade's really going to do a lot of good for you on a day like today. Come on, man.
Dude, you're looking at the pergola.
What happens if it rains? What happens if it rains, Mr. Pergola?
My plants get watered, and I'm happy. And you know what? We adjust those the boards on the pergola depending on the plants that are underneath. Sometimes we'll put them at a couple inch to produce a lot of shade. Sometimes we'll drive them out to 6-7 inches to get more sunlight.
Let me say this. What's worse? What makes you more irate with me? Me being anti-pergola or anti-coleslaw? Which is worse?
I really don't. I don't care for either one of those views. Quite honestly, I think they're very closed-minded, and I think you're leaning towards socialism. Quite honestly, and that's the problem with this country right now. Too many socialists.
No, man. See, you're taking a little sniff out of downstairs up on here right now.
No, I
see you.
No, I just like to stir it up a little bit.
Hashtag Ask Pat. Any questions? We got a Yeti prize package up for grabs today. So any questions you have for Pat, regarding anything from
we have Egg Fest is coming up. August 24th.
Yep.
And I know we were talking about Pamela Anderson.
Yes.
Not coming. But we tried to get her at Egg Fest, unable. But we did get, we think, Dr. Barbecue Ray Lamping.
That's pretty close right there.
Yeah, that's
Pam
right.
Anderson,
now, he may cancel.
Dr. Barbecue
because he's really
Ray.
it's not set in stone.
Where's Dr. Barbecue Ray Lamping from?
He's from Tampa.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he a PhD in barbecue?
Yes, he is. You know what? Because he was a truck driver.
Well,
he was a over-the-road truck driver.
Says it all.
And matter of fact, we sell a ton of his books. Matter of fact, I saw him on the Shopping Network last week selling some barbecue sauce. He's a good dude. He really is. I hope he can make it. He says he's coming.
Wow.
But he said that before. Once he starts smoking the pot, then all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to go.
How can you be anti-pot but pro-pergola? I don't get that. Can you not grow pot underneath a pergola?
You can, but you know what? Legally, in the states that have legalized it, it has to be grown inside of a greenhouse, which brings up another point.
See, you're just mad at the rules and regulations of the state. It's not anything to do with the pergola.
There is another problem here.
All right.
I am having trouble getting a greenhouse builder because they're specialized builders.
Yeah.
So many of them are building pot houses right now. It is hard to get availability from greenhouse builders.
In expectation of the law?
No, in states that are already gone.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Some of these guys are in New York, and they're putting up huge amounts of and then the other thing is, believe it or not, some greenhouses that have been dedicated to spring annuals are now moving to pot growing.
Yeah.
So could there be a shortage of tomato plants? I don't know. It's possible.
How long do you think it's going to be before marijuana is just illegal here?
I hope it's not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
guess I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really.
Because I'm not going to do it. I don't really care.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I don't care.
I'm just not a smoker.
I'm not either.
Yeah. I guess there are different ways, though. I mean, listen, if somebody gave you a marijuana laced brownie, Had a little frosting on top of it. You'd probably rock it, wouldn't you?
No, I would sell it on Craigslist. Does that make me a dealer?
It kind of does, man.
I was just looking at the profit margin. Cost of goods, 0. It's all profit.
Hashtag Ask Pat from Uncle Topher. Pat, what is the best way to clean the inside of your Traeger grill?
You know what? Don't clean it too much. No, the part you want to, because we've had a couple Traeger fires, is making sure that you clean the bottom drain. And I would use those disposable tins and then slip them in, slip them out. But then there's you can get regular cleaner if you want to clean. But I'd only do that once a year.
Right.
And clean the entire shell of it. So
Tona writes this, hashtag Ask Pat, best grill for a beginner.
Great question. Best grill for a beginner. I don't know. I still, you know what, as much as I love the egg, I still think you have to have a gas grill. Now, a lot of the eggheads will say, no way, the only thing they do is an egg.
Yeah.
Or Traeger guys will go, the only thing they do is a Traeger. I want a gas grill. So if I was going to buy one grill, I would still buy a gas grill first, and then either a Traeger or an egg.
Jennifer Berger, hashtag Ask Pat, wants me to say yes to the pergola or the monarch butterflies delayed because of all the rain. My milkweed is spectacular this year, but I haven't seen any monarchs yet.
I would say they're a little bit, but I think it's still a little bit early. Yeah. I think right after the 4th, you'll start to see them pop up.
All right, 239-1070. Gerald's got a question for Pat Sullivan. Gerald, hello.
What's happening?
Go ahead.
Hey, how do I get my dang hydrangeas to bloom? I've had hydrangeas for 5 years, and they don't ever bloom.
Are they supposed to be pink or blue?
Pink.
All right, so those are macrophylla hydrangeas, and everybody seems to think those are a shade plant. So it's one, they're either not getting enough sunlight. So where do you have them planted?
They're in full sun.
All right, so they probably don't like that either. The second thing would be you're pruning them at the wrong time. Because some of those bloom on old wood, you prune them in early August, you water, fertilize them through August, and then you don't touch them. If you're doing any pruning in fall or in spring, you're cutting the color off of them. And
Gotcha.
Thirdly, they're not hydrangeas, they're boxwoods. That could be the other thing.
That could be it.
Gerald, thank you for the call. Appreciate that. Hashtag Ask Pat. Or 239-1070 this case. Tom is on board, too. Tom's got his window down just like Gerald did. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, Pat, I've got a Concord grapevine growing on my pergola, and the grapes are getting some black spots on them, but not the foliage, but just the grapes.
Do you do a regular spray pattern with them?
No.
See, I would if you're gonna be successful on a regular basis, I would probably start a cover spray of a combination insecticide, fungicide early in the season. But quite honestly, I don't know. I've never grown grapes, so I don't know what would actually be on the grape. I would give them to the neighbors to see how they do.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Tom, thank you. Hashtag Ask Pat. Hornets make awesome-looking nests that many times go unseen until the leaves, Pat, start to fall. Why do you a lot of times see hornets build a nest in the same tree or area? Is it true the queen is the only hornet that survives?
Don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I'm only thinking about
But
hornets.
I didn't think they came back. So she's saying they build, or he or she, they build them in the same area. I don't know.
I go out there and burn them. I don't need hornets around my house.
Yeah. No, do
you ever take a hornet's nest and once it's vacated, put it up someplace as decoration?
I've seen it all the time. People shellac them and different things.
Yeah.
Like if they're removing them, you ever seen them remove them? They get a bag under them, they snip them, drop them right in. I did read an article about a super nest that where there were some survivors, and the nest just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger.
You ever been stung by a hornet?
Can't say that I have.
What have you been stung by in your life?
Just bees.
Just bees?
Yep.
Yellow jackets?
Probably when I was a kid, yeah.
I got hit up 22 times once upon a time, all at once.
Hold on.
Right down there by James.
Yep.
Right down there by James Henry too.
Right there at the girlfriend's parents' house, as I recall.
I had to take off. I took
right
all my
there,
clothes off and I stripped down naked.
Right there, in front of your girlfriend's parents.
I didn't care because I was afraid that the young fella down there was going to get stung.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah, and that was in its.
They're little,
and you know what? That was in his formative years.
I just didn't get it. Whatever. Got to get these things off of me.
So, how long did you date this girl afterwards?
Oh, I don't know, Pat. Not very long. So, I think she wanted to go on dates, and I wanted to play Stratomatic with a bunch of dudes.
Then,
so yeah,
her mom didn't want to date either.
I think they all like. I think normally I think the parents of my girlfriends like me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know,
it's only after I hung around for a long period of time.
Swimming naked in the pool.
And
so.
my wife would dispute me suggesting that right now, especially the longer term. So, certainly. All right. 239-1070. Where am I? Richard's on line 4. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I got a question. I got an in-ground pool, and I got white rock all around the pool, but I spray for weeds. And when I spray for weeds, ammonia gets in my pool.
How?
I don't know. They're saying, well, Pools of Fun says that it's because I spray for the weeds. One guy says I spray for the weed because I spray for the weeds. Another guy at the place says they couldn't do it. Now, spraying for weeds don't put ammonia in your pool.
No. Every pool in the country would have ammonia.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it has nothing to do with the white rocks. I mean, everyone is spraying weeds and different things around pools.
So did you dispute the Pools of Fun diagnosis here? Is that what's going on?
Oh, that's one guy says can't spray because you get ammonia in it. So we spray. I mean, first he said we could spray, so we sprayed around the pool, and then later on during the week it got cloudy, so we took it in, the water in, and it had ammonia in it. And they said it came from the spraying for the weeds.
If I were you, I'd go back there and ask for a guy named Earl, because anybody named Earl knows their stuff.
Is there really a guy named Earl there?
I'm sure of it. No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that sounds absolutely crazy because I'm thinking, how would that be getting there?
Yeah.
It just can't pick. I mean, it doesn't translocate. I mean, unless you're dumping 5-gallon buckets on every dandelion.
I spray, I just spray weed killer around, the weeds that are coming up through the white rock.
Huh.
Okay.
How's your pool looking right now?
Looks good.
It's weed free.
You got a diving board?
No.
No, that's a liability.
We're talking about getting a slide, but they said the insurance costs too much.
Yeah.
Boy, that is the way that it is right now. I mean, listen, how do we all survive back in the day? I mean, we're doing flips. We were jumping off the slide. We didn't even use the slide as it was supposed to be used.
Jumped off the top.
Yeah. How did we survive back then? Come on, man. Richard, how do we all survive?
I don't know.
I can't have a pool without a diving. Well, yeah, I could. Thank you, Richard. Have a great weekend. I guess I could have a pool without a diving board.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, they talk you out of it pretty good.
Do they really?
Yeah, when we put our pool in.
Let me tell you what we used to do with the pool on our diving board. We'd put a little basketball goal, and we'd hold it floating around, and you would have 3 free throws and then a lob pass. And we would play to 24 all day long.
All day.
And it was awesome. And, the guys that cheat through the world's crappiest lob passes, so you try to, because you'd lob it and try to dunk, and sometimes you try but it was awesome. Great. That's what we did all day long.
It's a lot of fun.
Games of 24.
Pools are fun, man.
The best part about it, though, is our diving board finally got cracked. And it was a great crack because it wouldn't break, but it gave you more spring. And it was the springiest dive. It would throw you right into the 3 feet. And you could do like flip and a half, something like that. What you got going on in the big show this weekend?
You know what? We are back in studio tomorrow morning. WIBC 93.1 from 9 until 1. We'll be taking your calls for 4 lovely hours. And this is something I think that your listeners are going to be really interested in.
I gotcha.
This is going on at our Keystone store. So listen up. The Daylily Society is having their plant show.
Wow.
At the store in the garden house. So in the afternoon, you will be able to go in and view the award-winning daylilies, take some photos, some selfies with them. But I just thought that would be of interest to this audience.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, daylilies. Yeah.
Do you realize it's the Daylily and the Iris Society together?
Well, I talked about, when I opened up the show, I talked about the Pacers and free agency and then immediately swung over to Daylilies.
Yeah. So it's
you're hitting your target demographic right here.
Yeah, that's why.
Sure.
That's why I wanted to make sure I get that in. No, actually, they're great people. It's a lot of fun. It's actually kind of cool, believe it or not.
It is.
It really classes up the joint.
What normally is your description of cool? By the way.
Well, like multiple beer pong tables,
Yes,
like a tournament of some sort.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's get okay. Sam's got a mole issue. Go ahead, Sam. You're on with Pat Sullivan.
JMV, Pat, how you guys doing?
Great. Go ahead.
All right, so I've just recently bought a house with my wife, and we've got a decent-sized piece of property, and I have now noticed that I have a mole infestation. I mean, it's not a couple moles. It is grown and grown to his poles, like, pretty much around my whole property. Is there anything I can do besides I would have to buy a Costco carton of those mole worms to kill.
Well, here's the thing. The first thing is everybody thinks that there's more moles than what there are. On average, it's 1 to 2 moles per acre. So let's say yours have gone crazy and they're Catholic moles. And so now there's 10 moles. All right. You still don't, it's not like you have hundreds. All right. So to slow them down, if you light a joint and throw it down there, it'll make them feel like they want to do nothing. So, but do you want to try what have you tried? Anything?
I went and bought the worms, and I tried to do those, but there are just so many moles that, I'm putting holes in the ground all over the place. And then
the downside of the worms is that you don't get a body, so you get a little frustrated because all you're going to see is less activity. I might go and take sounds like you're young enough to be able to set a trap because those traps are hard to set. Some of them are foot set traps, but I would get a trap. I would take and I would soften. I would find a main run, one that is like you can push it down and they push it right back up. And I would water that area to bring up the worms into that part of the run. I would take a spade, soften up the area where I'm going to set the trap, and I would set it there, and I would wait.
So do you keep it in one place and just keep them coming, or do you have to
I would let it sit there 48 hours, and if it doesn't go off, I would do the same thing in a different part of the yard.
Deal. I appreciate that. All right, you guys have a good one.
Well done. Well done, Sam. Thanks. Hashtag AskPat or 239-1070. One final thing. I'm going to get Rick on here because he's asking about a banana tree. I think banana trees are cool around the pool. Go ahead, Rick.
Well, yeah, that's what's your knowledge on Indiana banana trees? A guy gave me a start on one, and I had just like a couple little leaves. Now I've got 4 giant leaves that's growing like a weed.
Yeah,
the thing. Get bananas?
Well, no, you're not. They're
it's just for look.
It's just a look. Yeah. But here's the thing: most of what's planted in Indiana is tropical. There is one hardy banana that is a Zone 5. It's called Bazoo. I forget. But there's one Zone 5 plant. And if it'll die all the way back to the ground, you mound it up and it'll come back the next year. But I would, in the winter, if that's what you have, a hardy banana, I would mulch over the top of it. Most of them are just tropical. So they're going to.
Yeah. So what you do, you bring them out of the ground and then you put them back inside for the wintertime, right?
You can. Yeah. If it's a tropical one, you have to cut it off, bring it in. If it's this hardy one, then you can mulch over it and it should come back the next year.
I don't even know what type it is, but it's growing like a weed. So
well done, Rick.
Really cool looking.
They are cool.
I like the banana trees, man. I do. Yeah. Jay Ryan just made a great point regarding pools, and I've always said this: if I wanted a pool, I would want it right up next to the house so I could jump off the roof into it.
You would?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
You know what? And that's a great point because people tend to put their pools out in the yard.
Exactly.
And what it does, it separates your patio from the pool. You want that living space all to be together, so bringing it kind of close is a good idea.
The family of Julie White back in the day in Bloomfield had a great house, and you could climb up the television pole, then get onto the roof, and then run off the roof, and then jump into it was beautiful.
It is, but
all
you know
you
what?
have to do is try. You have to have a television pole, which nobody has anymore.
But having said that is a dangerous thing. So really, even diving into a pool is probably not a great idea.
Thank you, Pat.
And Pools of Fun, good people. So
Good
I didn't
people.
want to make sure we didn't feel like we took a swipe at
And
them.
if Pools of Fun wants to build a pool for me, then you let me damn know, Pools of Fun.
right.
You let me know. All right, tomorrow morning?
9 o'clock,
Yeah.
93.1.
You're awesome. I love these days.
Well,
I do.
Thanks for inviting me.
It was good, and we'll think about what we're doing next week, too. But
the 4th. How about that?
Yeah.
The big 4th of July weekend. Are you working on the 5th?
Oh, we're off the 4th and 5th, aren't we? When is the 5th?
It is on Friday.
Holy crap. I haven't had this many days off in 2 years.
So you're going to be off 4th, 5th?
I think I'm on, yeah, right? We're off next week, Thursday and Friday.
I just come in.
Holy crap. You know how long it's been since I've been off 2 days in a row?
No.
Because I am a manimal when it comes to this.
I know you are.
I just
but
get
it
in here
says
and
the
I
same
just
thing.
do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. No
Good for
whining,
you.
no crying, nothing. All right,
Thanks,
93 WIBC with our friend Pat Sullivan tomorrow morning. Thank you, buddy.
See you, man.
Quick break. We'll come back. Greg Doyle's going to join us coming up before 5. And a lot of you know this person, especially Kyle over there. Actor, comedian from Breaking Bad, Lavelle Crawford. He's in town at where is he in town this week? Helium Comedy Club. Come on, man. Lavelle Crawford's going to be on the horn and talk with us. And don't go if you got pace or questions. We'll get back to that coming up in a second. Back with you next.
You know you work well together as a team. Now take your team to Royal Pen and make your next corporate event fun and affordable. Royal Pen Leisure Centers offer the perfect combination of food and fun for your next group event. At Royal Pen, you don't have to be a super athlete to have a blast. Everyone's on the team when you're bowling. Bowling is a fun, affordable way to socialize and compete with your colleagues. Create team spirit without meetings, reports, or deadlines. Just good times. And keep in mind, it's always cool in our non-smoking facilities. To get the ball rolling, call Royal Pen today at 465-8484 and we'll organize your next corporate event. Get ready to trade in your wingtips and heels for a pair of bowling shoes and have fun bowling.
Set 'em up, knock 'em down, send 'em flying, spinning round.
For more information, call 465-8484 or look us up at royalpen.com.
Royal Pen bowling, bowling.
Thinking about getting an in-ground pool this summer? Dan Dockage for Family Leisure. You have got to check out the 16 by 32 in-ground pool special they're running for under $40,000. This 16 by 32 in-ground pool includes all the equipment, the concrete decking, and the entire pool and the installation. I went to Family Leisure for my own in-ground pool, and I got to tell you, I love it. They're pros, and they make the whole process easy. In-ground pool sale going on right now at Family Leisure. Tell them I sent you.
Quit eating your burgers off a coffee table. If you want to eat a burger, put it on a bar. Follow your instincts to B-dubs for the new All-American Cheeseburger. Fresh, juicy beef smashed till it's crispy around the edges, covered in gooey cheese, and stacked to the ceiling with deliciousness. And knock that baby down with a frosted beer at the bar. Just like the sports gods intended. The new All-American Cheeseburger at Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Rorden Shane. One of the most important things that my family has always done for our customers is handpick our diamonds at the source.
Rorden, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Most jewelers buy a diamond without even looking at it. They buy it based just on its gemological letter and number grade alone. Shane Company diamond buyers go directly to all 3 diamond capitals of the world, Antwerp, Tel Aviv, and Mumbai.
Because 2 diamonds with the same lab grade will have different amounts of sparkle depending on how they were cut and where their inclusions are, our expert buyers personally examine each diamond. Then they only handpick and buy the most beautiful stones from within each grade.
And that's what a friend would do. Take the time to look at each diamond, then pick the most beautiful diamond for you.
At Shane Company, you'll always get a prettier diamond for your budget, whatever grade you choose. Now you have a friend in the diamond business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com.
This is Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry. Can lack of attention for a few seconds inalterably change your life? In May of 2014, Jordan Stafford was speeding and inattentive when he plowed into a construction zone and took the lives of Kenneth Duerson and Cody DeMoss. The families of Kenneth and Cody are forever devastated by the loss of their family members, while Jordan Stafford now sits in an Indiana prison. He is serving a prison sentence as a result of his prosecution by our office. Make no mistake, if you ignore work zone speeds and drive distracted through Indiana's work zones, you will be held accountable if your negligence harms the lives of those working on our highways. It is not a cliche. 10 seconds can change a person's life. You have no excuse. When coming upon a construction zone, slow down, stay alert, pay attention.
A message from Indiana Laborers Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Hey, John, for Diamonds Direct, 2019's your year of engagement. I have got the place and the one and only place to go to make sure everything is done spectacular. You got it? It's pretty easy, right? It's Diamonds Direct. My friends up there that can give you the education that nobody else wants you to know. Nobody wants to let you behind the curtain or be as transparent as they should be. That's what Diamonds Direct does, too. The best prices, the best selection, incredible guarantees and warranties. It is one-stop shopping at its best. It's pretty awesome. It really is. I wish I would have known it back in the day. You can know it right now. Make everything perfect if 2019's your year of engagement. One-stop shopping at Diamonds Direct. Tell them I sent you. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing, the official jeweler of the Colts.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. One of the owners, Dave Magine, says you don't have to worry about American Standard products working well past their warranty date.
What I find with the American Standard brand is in the dead cold of the winter or the brutal heat of the summer, we get very few calls when those times of the year hit. So we know we got a good product out there.
Call B&W at 243-3581. B&W Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock tires. Details in store. Offer good through July 7th. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Sports with Dan Duckett.
Hey, Goga, you ever had a bottle rocket shot at you or any fireworks?
Yeah, definitely. They throw like chairs and pottery. And also, they also throw brick and which and us, like I said, fireworks. And yeah, it's very usual there.
Yeah, you're not gonna bother you when somebody yells you and calls you a name. I mean, who cares about a name? Don't hit me with a brick.
Dan Duckett, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
It's Jim Perry. Now talk to him, damn it.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Pat Sullivan is so awesome. Hashtag Ask Pat. We'll find a winner. The Yeti prize package. The USA women now up 2-0. Megan Rapinoe does it again. She's got both goals today. 72nd minute they're in right now in the quarterfinal of the Women's World Cup with the USA women 2, France 0. Megan Rapinoe 2, France 0. She apparently is giving everybody the old up yours right now. That's how it sounds. Race for Riley is this weekend. That's something I wanted to talk to Pat about, and unfortunately we didn't get to it. But Race for Riley is pretty awesome. And John Andretti is back, which is great. So we'll give that a little bit of conversation later on too. But it is a really good thing. And he's one of the best dudes ever. And I think it's the 23rd race for Riley, which is spectacular. And you guys have known the situation that John's been going through. As far as his health battles. But he is an awesome guy. And at the Newcastle Motorsports Park coming up, I believe that is tomorrow. But if you have the opportunity to look into it, if you have any way that you can help, I know that John always appreciates it too. He's just a spectacular dude. Race for Riley's this weekend. Thank you, John Andretti, for all that you do. Lavelle Crawford in a bit. Greg Doyle before the top of the hour. Jeff talks Pacers at 239-1070 right now. Hello, Jeff. How are you? Go ahead, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. I'm here. Go ahead. Hello, Jeff. See you later, Jeff. Sorry about it. JMV, I agree with you. This isn't a lost year, especially if Kawhi leaves and Jimmy Butler leaves. Pacers have a good front court and spend the cash in the back court and on a 3. Warren plays. I like Rozier, Vic, when he comes back. Warren, you play Miles, stretch 4, Sabonis at a 5. Yeah, I'm not as doom and gloom as everybody else is around here. Like, when I feel that it's time to be doom and gloom, I will be, but it's just not time right now. I don't feel that to be necessary. That is my man Ty, who is the managing partner of the Metro Diner. I love me the Metro Diner, Ty, and I'm right there with you. Love the Metro Diner. JMV, what non-athlete would you most enjoy having as a guest on your show? That's a great one right there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anybody of big name status. You know, I do like doing that. The time I had Sandler on was pretty awesome. That is for sure. I don't know if you guys remember this. I once upon a time had Bruce Dern on, and it was one of the best conversations I've ever had. I mean, actors, musicians. Yeah, I'm all about that. Just a lot of things I want to know, a lot of things that we went through, and a lot of things I want to know. So, yeah, I would start right there. I like Slash from Guns N' Roses was pretty damn awesome. Hey, JMV, I just tuned in. Are you guys talking daylilies? Please reset. When will the podcast be up? 1070thefan.com for Pat Sullivan's conversation regarding daylilies, which will be spectacular. Boy, the clock is ticking right here, isn't it? We're going to have to, tell you what, pick up a couple of these calls, and we'll just have to wait until after 5 if he calls in. We got to get Doyle in here coming up in the next 6 or so minutes. JMV, what's your thoughts on the Pacers going after Patrick Beverley? I like Patrick Beverley a great deal. Both ends, too. I like Patrick Beverley a great deal. I would not have a problem with it. I wonder how much money he's going to end up getting. But I would not have an issue with it. JMV, I completely agree with you. I think we're getting a little bit stale on the "oh, woe was me" with the Pacers approach right here. I'm not trying to be "oh, woe was me" at all. And hopefully you recognize that. I mean, I've kind of wanted to see the big guys play together for a while. Maybe it doesn't work, but it appears as if they're taking a shot at it, and we shall see. I mean, they're talented dudes, young, big dudes. I mean, it's not like you got, Sean Bradley matched up out there with Swin Nader or anything like that. Let's go Scott at 239-1070. Scott, go ahead.
Hey, the pergola thing, I was wondering if you could just, like if you built a pergola and you could put a canvas top over it or a canvas.
Well, Pat was saying you have to have, if you live in town, you have to have some sort of permit. Now, me, living where I do, I could basically flush my toilet and build a little canal where it goes right out to the road in Morgan County, and I think they'd be okay with it. So it just depends on where you live, I think.
Hey.
Too. Yeah.
Another thing I want to ask you, you heard about Max Landis, what he's doing and anything?
The Max Landis here, my friend Max Landis?
Your best buddy, Max Landis.
Yeah, he's back here. He's still working out. He's just doing some family stuff right now. But I still see him all the time, yeah.
I heard he was out in, I'm not going to say that, but...
No, he is back. He is back from Germany. He played professionally in Germany, and he is back. He's got he's got twins, and he and his wife Stephanie. Yeah, and they are here right now. I think he's going to try to go back and play professionally again, but he is working out and hanging out. So.
I didn't know if it was the off season there or anything. Or
it is definitely the off season there. So yes, it is.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that or anything.
Scott, you call anytime. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I tell you what, Mike, you hang on hold. We're going to get to you and more calls. I'm going to leave a little bit more time for Greg Doyle. We're going to talk about Pacers free agency and what he thinks. He had a column regarding it and calling out whiny Pacers fans. We're going to find out who he believes the whiny Pacers fans are regarding free agency with star columnist Greg Doyle. Other side next.
Join us on July 4th at IPL's Downtown Freedom Fest and stop by the Anthem Hydration Station, located on the grounds of the Indiana War Memorial for free water. Details, 1070thefan.com.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like Comcast Business could give you more. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offer ends 8/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Do you have Medicare and Indiana Medicaid? With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you could be getting so much more. Anthem may provide up to $2,000 towards dental, $0 copays on many prescriptions, and up to $1,320 for over-the-counter healthcare items. Get more out of your Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Switch today. Call 866-649-8826. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is an HMO special needs plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield depends on contract renewal.
That sound means only one thing. Dave Matthews Band Live. Crash. Tonight, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Dave Matthews Band Summer Tour 2019, part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
844-1-HOUR, that's 844-1-HOUR, 1 hour heating and air conditioning. Days like today makes you know, right? Inside your home, it's going to be cool and comfortable. If it isn't, there is an issue, and that's where you call in the professionals at 1 hour heating and air conditioning. At 844-1-HOUR, the technician certified will make sure that you get back on track, and they're going to be prepared too. For example, if you call them out, and they diagnose an issue that needs to be fixed, they're not going to have to go back to the shop or the warehouse to grab anything. They're going to have it for you right then and right there. It's greatness, too. Plus, not only are you not staying cool and comfortable in your home, but you're also being robbed money-wise, too, from the inefficiency in your HVAC unit. Make sure it is good to go right now, and everything's working with 1 hour heating and air conditioning. That's 844-1-HOUR. Hey, tell them JMV sent you today. That's 844-1-HOUR.
Message and data rates may apply.
Ever look at your paycheck and think, there's gotta be a better way? Well, here's some news. There is, and I can show it to you. I'm Paula Sajan, star of A&E's hit TV show, Flip This House. My brother and I have taught thousands of people how to start making money in real estate. Now, it's your turn. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour educational workshop right here in the Indianapolis area, where you'll hear about my proven flipping systems that help you start flipping homes for profit in your spare time using other people's money, and how to get started flipping the script by putting money in your pocket with income opportunities. Real estate is a powerful tool that has made millions of people wealthy, but you can't start making your first dollar until you take your first step. Come to my free workshop and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. It can mean a lifetime of financial security.
To get 2 free tickets to Paul's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Paul's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 37,000.
Best water possible, Connecticut. Best deal of the year going on right now. We want everything for you, and I mean everything. Let's take $1,500 off this trio. Premier Series water softener, in-home drinking water station, and the brand-new state-of-the-art leak protection technology that's going to make sure you have peace of mind. All three, $1,500 off. Thank you, Joe, John, and Dennis, with the best at Connecticut. That's where it starts. Great people, great water, great prices. Now is the time to take advantage. $1,500 off the trio. Premier Series water softener, in-home drinking water station, and the leak detection technology, which is state-of-the-art. Connecticut. 2 locations, Northeast Side, Castleton, US 31 Southport Road on the south side, and online, ConnecticutIndy.com today.
Hi, I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Esther Chevrolet, and I'm with Tony Kanaan, Indy's adopted son.
Chuck, we had some fun in May, didn't we?
Yes, we did, TK. So much so that we are doing it again this month.
What kind of deals do we got?
We have 0% interest for up to 84 months on new Chevys.
84 months, no interest? That's huge.
Also, get up to $4,000 more for your trade. We need some trades, TK.
Man, that sounds like it.
So find new roads to Bill Esther Chevrolet or online at BillEsterChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
Celebrate the 4th with a Major League Baseball doubleheader. Thursday at 3:30 on FM 107.5, The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Weekdays 3 till 7 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, France pulls within a goal here. 85th minute they're playing in right now. In Paris, quarterfinal. U.S. women 2, France 1. France scored their goal on a header. Yeah, like I know what I'm talking about. And, they go, whoo, there's another one too. I'm telling you, is it just me? I don't know Jack from Jack here, but it appears that the French women have been playing right down here near the U.S. women's goal the entire second half. Megan Rapinoe with 2 goals for Team USA. The second one, as it stands right now in the 86th minute, is the difference. And we'll keep you updated on that on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline for the Indianapolis Star. He is the columnist. We have free agency coming up in the NBA. His latest column is, I think, kind of pointing the finger at some whiny fans that I think we often hear from around here about what the Pacers aren't going to do. Greg Doyle joins us. All right, we think we know what they aren't going to do. What do you believe they will do?
Well, first of all, the USA just got screwed. We were up 2-0. We scored to make it 3-0. They called offsides in France.
Okay.
And we were not offsides, but they called it. So instead of being up 3-0,
I just saw the header in here. I didn't see the controversial call that led up to it. So yeah.
We were less offsides than France was on their goal. Put it that way. Yeah, if you're for the teams that are in the NBA, for the teams that are dining off the top of the food chain, in the free agency, the Celtics and whoever LeBron's playing for, and I guess the Knicks for whatever reason, you kind of know the 3 or 4 or 5 players that they're targeting. You just because they're going for the tops. For teams like the Pacers, I mean, who the heck knows? They're pretty much going for everybody else, and a lot of the numbers and the stats are interchangeable. It comes down to what I think Pritchard's really good at, and I'm sure with McMillan's input, is the fit and the chemistry and all that. So who they could get, no idea. But I know that they liked Terry Rozier out of college. I know they need a guy like Terry Rozier, and I know that Rozier is probably about to be cut loose by the Celtics, or at least made unrestricted. So if I had to bet a dark horse on name a guy that's going to end up with the Pacers, I mean, if I'd had to pick a guy, I'd pick Terry Rozier.
I'm going to see if you go along with my theory here. And I had Kevin Pritchard on last Friday, and because of these ridiculous NBA rules, I need to ask him questions that people want to know about free agency, but you really can't. You can't be specific. So I was non-specific about rumors as possible. And from his answers, here's what I think. I think they want Bojan, and if they get Bojan back, they will sign Rubio. If they don't get Bojan, then they don't want Rubio, and then that will be Terry Rozier. Does that make sense?
It does. I do know they want Bojan badly. He's of their 3 free agents, him and Young and Collison. I mean, obviously, Bojan's the one that you would think they'd want, and he is the one they want. And they feel pretty good about it. If everybody's offering the same amount of money, the tie's going to go to the Pacers. That's what the franchise feels. the thing about free agency is it's kind of like playing golf. You can go out and shoot a 67, and you can go out and offer $12 million or whatever, but you can't stop someone else from shooting a 63, and you can't stop someone else from offering $23 million. So my guess is someone's going to overpay for Bojan.
Yep.
That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think he's going to be back only because someone who targeted Jay Butler or Tobias Harris or Chris Middleton, someone who targeted those guys and didn't get them, they're going to say, well, who's the next best small forward? Oh, Bojan, we'll give you $19 million. The Pacers are going to say, okay, we pass. So I don't think he'll be back, but only for that reason. And then the Rubio thing, if you're saying that they like the idea of those two guys together because, A, Bojan can shoot and Rubio can't, so Bojan helps, and B, maybe the international connection, they work together. I mean, why do you think those guys might be linked?
Well, because I think that's they want shooters, but he feels that Darren Collison, while good here, wasn't quite the finder and distributor offensively that Rubio is. Now, this is part what I gather from him and part my theory, so it may go awry here. We all know that, but that's my feeling. They want a distributor, but the problem you don't have if you lose Bojan, there's a scorer out. You can't afford to have Rubio, who's not a scorer. Therefore, you have to have somebody in the backcourt come in that's capable at scoring at a higher volume, and that's Rozier.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, and Rubio's, he's a 31%. I mean, he's not a horrible three-point shooter, but he's not good enough. But he is going to make a lot of guys better. I mean, he gives you easier shots, and he's going to – and not that the Pacers care about this probably, but a lot of fun to watch. I see a lot of negative reaction to Rubio, and, I mean, I guess if you're thinking Kemba Walker and D'Angelo Russell, then, yeah, I'd be negative about Rubio too. But here on planet Earth, they're not going to get – I mean, there's been so much wasted energy on D'Angelo Russell around here. That guy's not coming. That guy, he's not coming. I mean, let me just say that again. He's not coming. He's going to have max offers, plural, and he's not coming here. And
the reason why that this whole conversation does, because when it starts, all we were talking about, Greg, is, hey, they got all this money. And then the reality sets in that you have all this money, but now you have all these holes to fill because you could be 0 for expiring contracts when it's said and done here. So you have all these roster holes to fill. And then you coincide that, Greg, with the rest of the NBA all of a sudden coming to a reality where their guys may or may not go. So you go from feeling good and you're spending money, freewheeling it like you're in Vegas and having a great time, to the stark reality where not only you're not going to get this person, but this person's probably not even going to give you a damn interview if you want it.
Yeah, I'm aware there's some guys, B-list guys, that their agents are telling the Pacers, don't bother. And R.J. Michael is working on a story. I don't know when it's coming out, but he's working on the kind of the why behind that. Yeah. People are asking me, well, why? And the story that I've got, it's up, well, it's online today. It's in the paper Sunday. It's online right now. I never, and I wish I'd done this, and I just, one of those blind spots you don't see until it's too late. I didn't really get into, this is not a Pacers thing. This is not the free agents, the Kemba Walkers of the world, D'Angelo Russell. When I say he's not coming, I say that with confidence, but not because I know that NBA players don't like the Pacers. That's not what it is. It's a couple things, and one of them is, and listen, I don't care how anybody votes listening. I don't care how any of you vote. What I care about is what NBA players think, and they think we're a red state, and they don't want to be here. And that's just a fact. And I'm not blaming anybody, but if people ask, well, why aren't they coming here? Why don't they want to come here? They don't like the politics here. And they could like the politics here better if this was in a location where there's water or nightlife or whatever. But you combine all of that, we're in the middle, and I chose to live here, so this is not me bashing us, but we're in middle America, no water, no really cool nightlife at the NBA level anyway. And the politics, although in India it's blue, but the politics is by and large in the state of red, they're not coming. They're just not coming. And now, if the Pacers would go win 64 games, that would change some things. But when the Pacers are winning 48, and Oladipo's injury, that's not helping. I mean, that is not, and I should have gotten into that. That is not helping at all, because if you're Tobias Harris, and of course he's not coming, but if you're a really good player and you have the Pacers on your list and it's close, are you going to pick the team where Oladipo is out indefinitely? And by indefinitely, I mean a long time. I don't think he's going to miss the whole year. I wouldn't bet money that he's going to miss the whole year. But it depends on how the year's going, of course. But if the year's not going great, if they're under 500, well under 500, around after about 40 games, they might just say, you know what, Vic, we're shutting you down. Or at the very least, we'll bring you back like we did Paul George 4 or 5 years ago. We'll bring you back for the last 2 weeks just to get some contact under your belt, but you're not really coming back this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
So, Greg Doyle, I'm going to jump back to the political angle you just brought forth. And maybe this is just me because I don't pay a great deal of attention to it. I would consider that thought to most NBA people really far down the list. Where do you consider that to be?
Down the list, yes. But it's a factor. There's a whole bunch of factors. One is how good your team, and are you winning 50-plus, and are you a conference contender? And the Pacers are not. What are your assets looking like? What's how much easier can you get better? Like, are you the Boston Celtics a couple years ago with all those draft picks? Are you the Brooklyn Nets a couple years ago with all those draft picks or with all their assets? Are you? And in the Pacers' case, the answer to that is no. Okay, well, do you have clubs? Do you have South Beach? Do you have water? Do you have models? No. Are you New York? No. Okay, well, how about like Denver has? Are the people there? Are they? If you're an NBA player, are these people my kind of people? Is marijuana legal? That kind of thing. No. So there's just it's not the factor, but it's among the factors that no one's talking about, and which is I understand people don't want to hear stuff like that, and I get it. It's not my fault that it's a factor, but it is.
It's like Greg Doyle, the star. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I guess, and I've had conversations, and I'm sure you have as well, with Kevin Pritchard about the myriad of reasons as to why it's more difficult here. And believe me, we all love basketball a great deal, and it always seems like we have to have a great fit here, and that's kind of. That's kind of the issue here. We always talk about the great fit. It seems like the guys on this team fit really well right now. But to me, all of this kind of revolves around how you start a great team anymore is you got to hit on some draft picks. And I know that it's been tough to do where they draft, but I mean, you look at Toronto, for example, one of their best players. I mean, they took a chance on Leonard, a huge chance, rolled the dice. But I mean, Siakam was playing a huge role, and he probably was an afterthought when they originally drafted him. You got to really get lucky. I mean, you really do, and you can't make, Greg, egregious errors here if you're running this team because you pay for them. You pay for them for years and not just snap your fingers like the Lakers and, we screwed this up last week, but now we're back on track.
Yeah, the margin for error here is very small. Just like in pro baseball, if you're the Cincinnati Reds, your margin for error is tiny because you can't go out and acquire 14 guys at the trade deadline because you don't have those kind of assets, that kind of money. Same thing with the Pacers. They've got like Aaron Holiday. If the Pacers are going to take a big step, they've got to have a guy like Aaron Holiday kind of overachieve for where he was drafted. He's got to be better than the 24th pick. And they say he's going to be pretty good. I saw enough to be sort of encouraged by him. I really did. But I didn't see – I mean, Jay Michael keeps writing that, and he's talking to people that know this, he's talking to people in the organization that they think Holiday has all-star potential. I mean, I hope for his sake and the Pacers' sake and therefore my sake as a sports writer in town, I hope he does. I didn't see it. I didn't see bad, but I didn't see that. Now, and one thing we haven't mentioned is T.J. Warren. Yeah. How good is he going to be? There's guys that can score a lot of points, and there's guys that can score a lot of points on teams that don't have anything else. That's Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans is a guy who can score a lot of points on a team that's got nothing else. We saw Tyreek here on a pretty good, pretty balanced team. He was trash, and I didn't like his attitude either. He was just a bad fit. Kevin Pritchard's been very, very good and beyond very good, but that was a bad. Tyreek never fit here. Not on the court, not off it. That was trash.
Yeah, I mean. It did because it was the year where Vic got injured and the expectations fell. I mean, then you kind of just say, okay, you can do it over now. But normally that's the type of thing that does, if it's more years, if that happens with a situation like McDermott and there's more years there, that's something you have to live with a little bit longer. But before I let you go, I did want to ask you this, and Greg Doyle from the Star joins us. What do you think about moving into the future with Miles and Domas, at least in the short term, in the lineup together? Because it's Nate and it's Kevin that, assuming, believe in this, and I think everybody else in the NBA does not. Where do you stand about what they're doing with the bigs moving into the short term here?
I mean, I've talked to these guys that run the team, and both on the record and off. I know what they're saying. I know I've quoted them in my story as saying we're going to play them together, and we didn't draft Goga to trade somebody else. I mean, they're saying those things. Boy, there's a fine line between calling someone a liar and saying you don't believe it. And I'm not calling anybody a liar, because that's mean and rude. And I love these people. I love Kevin Pritchard, but I just don't believe it. And he's not in a position. It's kind of like if you're the AD and you got a coach who's struggling, and someone says, "Hey, are you going to fire your coach?" And you say, "No, he's our coach." Well, are you lying, or are you in a position where you really can't tell the truth because your coach hadn't been fired yet?
Right.
Same thing here. If you've got really nice, gentle people like Domas and Miles, and you kind of know you're going to trade one of them, what you can't do is say anything other than we're playing them together, because you just want those. You don't want to hurt anybody. So there's just no way. There's no way. Those guys, they can't play together. Who's the four? Who's guarding a four? Neither one of them. They can't play defense against a four. A, B. They've got Goga. He's going to be their other big. They're going to trade one of these guys. That's why they drafted Goga, because they saw we can draft somebody else. We can trade one of these bigs and get somebody good on the perimeter. That's how this is going to shake out. That's their only chance to get better, is for A, Aaron Holiday to be as good as they think, and B, to get a great perimeter player for one of those three bigs.
All right, final thing, too. He told me when I asked him directly last week that they would both be on this roster to start the season, Domas and Miles. Do you believe they will?
I mean, I believe there's a chance. Like I say, I don't think he flat out lied to you, but I also have to believe that NBA executives around the league see the exact same thing all of us see. In a league getting smaller, the Pacers have a surplus of young, skilled big men. And if you're a team out there that happens to need a young, skilled big man, who are you calling? You're calling the Pacers. Someone's going to make them an offer that they decide we can't refuse that. So are they actively shopping these guys? Okay, I'll say no. But if someone is going to call them and blow them away with an offer, that's going to happen, yeah.
All right, we'll see. I may be completely wrong with my theories here, but that's what I took from last week's conversation, and we'll see where it goes, I guess, next week at some point or sometime in the not-so-distant future. Hey, good to have you jump on here on a Friday, too. Greg's latest is regarding Pacers in free agency and what to expect, and you can find it on the Indy Star website, and he'll tweet about it on Twitter at Greg Doyle Star and other, obviously, Twitter handles from the Star. And Greg Doyle's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Thanks, Greg. Have a great weekend. Good to have you back.
Hey, you too, John. Thank you. Bye.
It's Greg Doyle on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Let me get a couple of thoughts on what he just had to say. And again, he has his beliefs. My belief is that the whole political aspect is incredibly far down compared to other things.
And I've always felt that. Anyway, I'm way over here. Let me jump back to that. Some of my thoughts, some of your thoughts. So anything goes at 5:30, and maybe Lavelle Crawford if we get him before 6 o'clock. This is FM 107.5 at 1070 Fan.
Sports with Dan Dockett.
Jason Benetti, who do you like as the best team you've seen in America?
This Yankees team that just came through, they're going to get Edwin Encarnacion, they're going to get Stanton, they're going to get Judge, and they're going to have the most ridiculous lineup we've seen in decades, I think.
This is old George Steinbrenner Yankees.
I don't know how you beat them. Right now, it's got to be hit the starting pitching around and hold on for dear life.
Dan Dockett, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 at 1070 The Fan.
I had prostate cancer.
A PSA may have saved his life. Ask your doctor about preventive screenings. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle. It took you 15 minutes to order a California roll in California.
Yes, one California roll, please.
all right.
And be severely underwhelmed by the California roll experience.
Excuse me, is this fresh-caught crab stick?
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 California roll minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Ah, well then.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
Hey, it's Dan Dockage here for Window Nation's summer savings event. Need new windows? Try buy one, get one free. Buy two, get two free. Buy four, get four free. There is no limit. Look, I know you like free. How about 0, 0, 0? Yep. Make zero down payment, make zero payments, and zero interest, all for 12 months. Any style, vinyl and wood, all colors, all engineered for the specific climates that we live in. All buy one, get one free. Plus, Window Nation will come out to your home within 24 hours, 7 days a week to accommodate your busy schedule and provide you with exact pricing, not just an estimate. A price with a 30-day price protection guarantee. And all Window Nation windows come with a true lifetime warranty, plus over 10,000 positive online reviews. But you got to act fast. This amazing deal won't be around long. Call 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. Remember, 0, 0, 0. Zero down payment, zero interest for 12 months.
Hey, John, for Farm Credit Union, great deals on helping you save money. That's the Farm Credit Union that I know. That's the Farm Credit Union that you know. That's the Farm Credit Union you have got to be with. I mean, it just makes all the sense in the world. It really does. With the type of money that you're saving and the means in which you do, too. I've talked about the Sprout Account, Common Sense Program. What about this? Farm Credit Union has this, the Farm MasterCard credit card, with no remembering to redeem your rewards or signing up to earn them. You get the cash back automatically every month. This could not be any easier. And Kevin and the gang make it simple for you. I love it, too, helping somebody manage your money the right way. With you in mind, that is Farm Credit Union. Stop by a branch location. Tell Kevin I sent you, or online right now. That is formcu.com.
Quit eating your burgers off a coffee table. If you want to eat a burger, put it on a bar. Follow your instincts to B-dubs for the new All-American Cheeseburger. Fresh, juicy beef smashed till it's crispy around the edges, covered in gooey cheese, and stacked to the ceiling with deliciousness. And knock that baby down with a frosted beer at the bar, just like the sports gods intended. The new All-American Cheeseburger at Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
It's PAI, WeGrowHairND.com. Darren Andrews, private consultation if you want your real growing hair again. I'm telling you, there's a way to do it, and it's multi-unit hair grafting. Start right there, too. If you got balding hair on top, if you got thinning hair, you got a thinning hairline, it all can work for you. It's about having options of real growing hair again with PAI. WeGrowHairND.com today.
Welcome to the Sagamore Club, a private golf club and residential community like no other. Sagamore is inspired by golf's time-honored values and traditions. Just recently, Sagamore was recognized as one of the area's top private clubs, as the Jack Nicklaus signature design was rated the number 10 course in Indiana by Golf Digest. In addition to its award-winning course, the club features numerous amenities for members and guests, including upscale casual dining, swimming, tennis, fitness facility, and an active social calendar. Sagamore offers a place where your home can be created just for you by one of the area's finest custom builders. Set up an appointment to experience the Sagamore Club. Start your journey in making your dream home a reality today. Call 776-2500, 776-2500. Sagamore Golf Club and Community in Noblesville between State Road 37 and I-69. Sagamore, your club, your home.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC HD2, W298BV, W228CX, Indianapolis. Braves, Mets, Sunday Night Baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on FM 107.5, The Fan. It's The Ride with JMV.
I'm just saying that I'm too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Megan Rapinoe, 2 goals, 2-1. Team USA beats France. Move on to the semifinals of the Women's World Cup in France. Oh, that was pretty impressive. That was pretty damn impressive right there. Podcast, Greg Doyle just joined us, 1070thefan.com. Hashtag Ask Pat a little bit earlier. Pacers free agency. I don't know if Greg completely bought with what I was saying. And again, what would we call the theory that we have here, Kyle? I think it's a reasonable theory considering our conversation with Kevin Pritchard last week. However, could there be a smokescreen? There could be. I mean, who knows? I don't know why at this point the Pacers would feel the need to throw up any smokescreen. That seems like more, player interest or player manager, player agent interest. But we just gathered that. Are we on the same page as far as why we think they would have interest in Rubio and why that is real and not a smokescreen?
The only reason I could think of is if they're looking for a different point guard like Rozier, and they're trying to throw smoke away so there's not attention on Rozier. That's the only thing I could think of.
See, I think they have. I think that they have interest in Rozier too, but I think Rozier's interest comes if Bojan leaves. And if you heard Greg thinks Bojan is going to leave. I said this yesterday, and I know it's easy to say sitting right here, but I think you have to be really careful if you're Bogdanovich, because this is where you have thrived. This is where you have built your reputation. Before this place, you were a throw-in. Before this place, you were Caddyshack 2 in the Walmart DVD bin. Before this place. And then you came here and you built the reputation that you have now with these players. Not all of them, but still some of them here. And this coaching staff here, to me, if you're Bogdanovich, it makes sense to stay here. Now, again, I'm not trying to tell somebody what they should or should not do with their money or their paycheck or anything like that. I'm sure the Lakers probably come hard. If you're thinking about the Lakers for a moment, and again, ESPN has been dedicated to the damn Lakers all day. It's all ESPN. Like Get Up was ESPN and Lakers. It's always been Lakers all day. But if you're the Lakers, why would you not go after maybe a couple with the money you have over? They have money to pay a max guy. You want a max guy, or do you want to try to spread this out with some better players to help fill out not just that roster, but the damn starting lineup? To me, that was what would worry the most, because I think Bojan would work well with them, and I think Bojan could be had in a non-max type of situation. But then you hear stories like this, where apparently Magic Johnson is going to be in on the courting of Kawhi Leonard. And I know Magic Johnson is arguably the greatest Laker of all this. He quit. He quit the organization and then shot arrows at the organization. Everybody but the owner. That's incredible. What would that be the equivalent to? Give me something that would be the equivalent to having Magic Johnson as a part of the meeting, trying to bring somebody in to an organization that he just quit, and then went on ESPN and shredded up the guy that he would be sitting right next to.
What do you think Rob Pelinka is thinking? Because according to who reported this, Brad Turner, he's not even going to be in the meeting. It's going to be Jeannie Buss and Magic. Pelinka thinking, what the heck? What's this?
Hey, Rob Pelinka, that's what Frank Vogel's going to be feeling like here pretty soon. We like Frank around here, but that's exactly how Frank Vogel is going to feel here pretty soon. It's like that. So they're suggesting that Pelinka's not even going to be a part of it. See, that is absolute stinking foobar. But you're LA, and you get so many different do-overs. I mean, so many different do-overs. Yeah, as far as the political angle that Greg brought up here, I don't know these players well enough to know what they might be thinking as far as politics. I just think that it is more where we are. It is a place that we live, a place that we choose to live, a place that we, for the most part, enjoy. Certainly, I have my entire life. It's just different for professional players. You get, and we've had top-of-the-line Colts players here for a long time, and we've had, fantastic Pacer players here in the past, and maybe it's more of a significant role now
And as I asked Greg, I just thought the whole political standpoint or the angle that he brought up is a hell of a lot lower. I mean, to me, I don't even know who would consider it. And maybe it's just because I don't know these guys. Maybe they do, and I just don't know it. I'm not aware of it. But I'm just thinking makeup of the team, being comfortable. I mean, one of the great things about being here, these guys can walk around and you guys don't bug them. I mean, hell, you'll ask Andrew Luck for the occasional picture, but he's cool with it. But, I mean, you guys don't bug anybody. Well, I think unless you're from here. I've heard that before. I mean, if you're from here, this is one, if you guys remember this goes back probably 5-6 years ago. And there was a social media conversation, a little back and forth between Courtney Lee and George Hill about, how difficult it is to play here. And both talked about how it was really not much fun playing here because there was always somebody that was asking you for money or always somebody that said, hey, why don't you pay this instead of this because you have all the money in the world seemingly right now. I would say that would be difficult to deal with. But I think the big fish in a small pond scenario was great. And hell, you can bail out when you want to. I mean, Vic lives in Miami. I'm sure Miles lives around Dallas in the off season. I don't know where Domas goes. Domas go back to Lithuania? I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know how many of these guys live here full time, but I mean, you can walk around and not get, the hell bugged out of you around here. That's good, but it's not like the greatest selling point in the world, I guess I'm trying to make. But again, what that does is underscore just how important it is to make the right decision. Because you make the wrong decision, and I mean, you pay for it for a long time. If the Lakers make a bad decision, I mean, hell, they can make up for it in 2 days. Last week, it was last week and a half, 2 weeks, it was the biggest disaster organizationally in the NBA, and now everybody's talking about how their lead, according to Vegas, as far as the Western Conference is concerned, how they're trying to get Kawhi Leonard, trying to get another max player. They have all these decisions to make, and they've made all these wrong decisions to get there. You do that in this organization, and you're not just down for the count this year and next, but for a long period of time. And that's what Greg mentioned. The margin of error is just not even close to the same. But that's just what you have to deal with. Can't cry about it. You got to go to work. JMV, this is from Jimmy. Why don't the Pacers show interest in Harrison Barnes? He can guard the wing, shoot the three, and can score. I'm not suggesting they don't. But here's, Jimmy, why I believe they wouldn't. It's because he's going to want a lot of cash, and he's going to want to start, and I don't think that's going to be the case here. That's my guess. Now, he may be at a position in his career where this might need to happen for him. But I think he's going to want more money than they're going to want to pay him, and I think he's going to want to start. Just a thought. JMV, do the players do the best they can to hook up with their departing good guys with winning teams? They make a real effort to treat our guys the right way on their way out. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just kind of look at some of those aspects pretty far down the line, just as opposed to where we are. And I think we all know the variables here. It's not anything that is unknown, and it's just had to deal with it forever, and you're going to have to deal with it forever and a day. The way that it's going to be. Going to make this weekend and into next week all the more interesting, though. Yeah, that was the first time that Greg has been on here in a while. It was good. Now, some of you disagree with what he had to say, and frankly, I didn't buy it either, but listen, I'm not going to suggest that something is completely a non-factor, but I just think if you do associate it with anything decision-making wise around here, it's pretty damn far down the list. That's just me. This is from Mitchell Young. Hey, JMV, I always thought the political culture of where an NBA player is deciding to play is a significant factor. Thank you for finally pointing that out. No one ever brings any attention to that. By the way, that wasn't me. That was Greg Doyle. Yeah, I don't put that in the highest of priorities. But again, maybe it is, and unbeknownst to me. I just think there are a lot of other things A lot of other things people are getting to before that, which is just a thought. And maybe one that is inaccurate. JMV, as far as free agency is concerned, I heard your theory regarding what you think they're going to do. You don't think that the Rubio is a smokescreen. I don't. Yeah, I think that there's kind of a plan. I feel like there's kind of a plan there, because when we asked Kevin Pritchard last week, about his interest in the backcourt, he said, well, first you got to tell me who the 3 is. And the association we make there is, okay, you tell him who your 3 is. If it's Bojan, then he wants a distributor. Maybe not a scoring or that big of a scoring threat in the backcourt. You want somebody, because he mentioned this on the air, somebody that can get the ball to the shooters where they can be most effective. Now, while Darren Collison was really good here, that's not Darren Collison. I like Darren Collison here for the past 2 years a great deal, especially the year before when he led the NBA in three-point shooting, but that's not him. So what we gathered from that conversation is they want a distributor, and they'll be okay with bypassing, a high-volume type of scorer at that position. If Bojan stays, if Bogdanovic leaves, then you got to have more of a scoring threat back there. And that's where I think Terry Rozier factors in. So that's just kind of a theory off the jump. And that's what we gathered. Again, it's not like we're just kind of making it up. That's just kind of what we gathered from talking to Kevin Pritchard last week. Which, by the way, if you want to catch that podcast still, if you ever missed it, and I've explained this before, there are a lot of non-specifics in there because we had to. It's the NBA rules. NBA rules. Oh, is that Lavelle? Hey, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline this weekend, you can catch him. He's going to be down at Helium Comedy Club, which is a great place here downtown. You know him as a fantastic comedian, and you also know him from shows like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. It's Lavelle Crawford on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. How you doing, Lavelle?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, everybody's excited to have you in town. I know that you get a lot of notoriety from Breaking Bad, but your stand-up is what people talk to me about all the time. How much enjoyment do you get going city to city and being able to deliver that type of comedy?
Oh, man, it's wonderful because that paycheck is always good to get paid to make people laugh.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's better than doing a lot of other things we'd have to do to get a paycheck,
Yeah. You ain't lying, man. I tell you, I done everything, and I done got fired from everything. I done got fired while I was still in the bed, so I know this is the greatest job I ever had.
Do you like, as far as being an entertainer, do you like the stand-up aspect more than anything else?
Oh, well, the stand-up will always be my first love besides my wife and kids, but my stand-up would be my first love, man, because, you can always make money. I can always make money doing it, man, and it's a lot of fun, man, just getting out there and just telling what I think, even though they try to call this PC America now, you still can get out there and tell the truth when you want to.
Yeah. And get a great following like you have with it as well. Lavelle Crawford joins us. Helium Comedy Club coming up this weekend. You can check him out here downtown. Most of the people I talk to that love stand-up kind of reflect back at Richard Pryor as where you first get your love for doing that. Who was it with you?
Richard Pryor had a lot to do with it, but I love Red Fox, man. I love Red Fox. I love, the greats with Miles Mabley and Rodney Dangerfield, man. Them guys. I love old school, man. From even Carlin, man. There's so many that you could take from, that people even forget about, man. Some of the greats,
Yep. Did you when you were growing up, did you used to sit around and listen to the Red Fox 8 tracks like I did? Because I sure as hell did back in the day.
Well, I used to listen to them party albums and the Richard Pryor party LPs, man. I used to love them, man. My uncle, I could sneak and get away from my uncle. I'd be laughing up a storm because I just love how he painted a picture in your head.
Yep.
I didn't even trip off the curse waves, man. It was just funny, man. It was just how he would elaborate a story was excellent.
I think about this all the time. For me, And I know a lot of people say Richard Pryor live in concert was when they first kind of fell in love with it. For me, it was live on Sunset Strip. And obviously that was released as a motion picture of his stand-up. But the amazing part about that is he thought it sucked so bad the first night, he left stage and then came back the next night. And that's what they ended up putting to print and putting out there as a motion picture. That's what's amazing to me.
Yeah, that because I was wondering if he was going to talk about that history, but that's the truth. He thought he bombed. He thought he ate it. And the thing about it is how powerful Richard Pryor was. Patti LaBelle was his opening act.
Yes,
that's how powerful it was, man. Yeah. And so that made the event even incredible. The story people don't even understand where the story laments from, man. It's crazy.
It's Lavelle Crawford Helium Comedy Club downtown this weekend. You can check him out. How much acting do you want to do in the future?
Man, I love it, man. I don't care, man. I do everything from a Darth Vader to Shakespeare. I don't care, man. It's just a blessing. It's just a blessing that they let me be in it. I was a C to a D student, and now I'm getting acting awards. So I mean, hey, man, I thank God on the path that He took me on.
Does it ever wear you out? People coming up and talking about Breaking Bad to you?
Heck no. I mean, it's good to be talking about that and talking about something I don't know about, like politics.
Well, and you mentioned that too, with the PC world kind of setting in. Does that affect you at all, or you just go after it and say whatever happens, happens?
Man, you know what? Most of the time, only reason it's PC is because they behind a PC, typing on it and making up their little blogs and complaining. They'll never complain in your face. So, man, and those people that can't take it, they shouldn't even come to the show. People pass judgment on stuff so much on Instagram and all that stuff. You don't know if they're sensitive or not, But I think the most inspirational people in the world was bullies and people that made fun of you because it always made you go out and be better about yourself.
So, no doubt about that. Lavelle Crawford joins us. Will Breaking Bad, I don't know this to be certain, and maybe I should. Can Breaking Bad, or will it ever be a film?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, they have rumors that they have done one, but I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. I haven't been in it. I haven't got a check, so I can't tell you nothing.
Well, it's going to be fun. It's at the Helium Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow, I believe, correct? Tonight and tomorrow?
Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Oh, tonight, tomorrow, and... So what are you going to be doing around here between gigs?
Well, I brought my beautiful wife and my son here, so I'm being a tour guide and taking them around to each little mall and things around, and hopefully I get in a little bit of fishing, because I like Indiana fishing up here.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to do that while I'm here and just relax. I mean, it's beautiful summertime. Next week is 4th of July, family reunion time, where we wear them little bitty shirts and go home and find out who our real parents are.
Oh, man, that's outstanding. We got to get somebody to find you a place to go fishing this weekend then.
Yeah. Trust me, I got apps up the yin yang, man. I know I find places. Last time I was here, I know a few places. I just got to get to them.
All right. Well, good luck with the malls. I don't know if you're walking around down here right now or if you're just driving around, but yeah, enjoy the family, man. That's awesome. You know what? That makes it even better when the family's on the road with you like this.
Yeah, it's all good. My wife really believe I'm working when she come out here and see me working.
Yeah. See, that's the same way with me. You don't do anything. Well, now you get to see it now. I'm doing something. So, all right. So
she trusts me. She know where it goes. It got to be coming. So when she met me, I was funny. So I guess it works out.
Hey, man, it's really good to talk with you and to meet you on the phone here. And I'm going to send everybody down to Helium Comedy Club tonight, tomorrow, and then on Sunday. And you can catch the fantastic humor of Lavelle Crawford as he joins us right now on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. And find him some fishing. And if you see him, if you hear him, or if you go down and check him out, make sure you tell him you heard him right here and get the guy to a nice fishing spot sometime this weekend.
Most definitely.
Hey, enjoy your time here, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
You got it. Lavelle Crawford's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. He is a funny dude, though. Funny dude. Helium Comedy Club, that's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Now, Kyle's huge on Breaking Bad over there. Do you think there's going to be a film?
Well, I can't remember Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, the two main characters.
Yeah.
They both had some cryptic tweet over the last couple of days. So
Really?
they got Breaking Bad fans all excited, hoping
'Cause
maybe they reboot it, maybe they have a movie.
He was pretty short with it. I thought he was short like he knew something. Did you not? He said, man, I don't know. I thought he was being short because he knew something.
I hope so.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Lavelle Crawford, if you go see him tonight or tomorrow or Sunday, tell him you heard him right here, would you? That's awesome. That is a good guy right there. Quick break. We'll come back. You guys want to do some Anything Goes? We'll do that coming up next. Most unfiltered segment in the history of indie radio. I just kind of throw it out there and you guys go at it. Anything Goes at 239-1070, and we have a ton to talk about. Anything Goes at 239-1070. We're coming at you next.
You know you work well together as a team. Now take your team to Royal Pen and make your next corporate event fun and affordable. Royal Pen Leisure Centers offer the perfect combination of food and fun for your next group event. At Royal Pen, you don't have to be a super athlete to have a blast. Everyone's on the team when you're bowling. Bowling is a fun, affordable way to socialize and compete with your colleagues. Create team spirit without meetings, reports, or deadlines. Just good times. And keep in mind, it's always cool in our non-smoking facilities. To get the ball rolling, call Royal Pen today at 465-8484 and we'll organize your next corporate event. Get ready to trade in your wingtips and heels for a pair of bowling shoes and have fun bowling.
Set 'em up, knock 'em down, send 'em flying, spinning round.
For more information, call 465-8484 or look us up at royalpen.com.
Royal Pen, bowling, bowling.
Hey, Johnny at 4, you got it. Indiana's best, Andy Moore Toyota in Avon, 5 miles west of 465. It is on US 36. Oh, have you checked out what they have to offer here recently, too? I mean, some great things. You still have time to take advantage of the Avon 10 event going on right now with some of our favorites at the best prices of the year, like the RAV4, the Highlander, the 4Runner, 3 of the best SUVs you're going to find anywhere. Pickup truck-wise, like the Tundra I have, I love it. You can also find the Tacoma and, of course, fuel efficiency. The Corolla and the Camry have that for you. Great prices in the 10 event, which is ongoing right now until tomorrow, so take full advantage of it at Indiana's best. Hey, tell my friends Ben Mendoza and Robert and Scott out there that I sent you because they are dealing. It is one-stop shopping, and you will love the entire experience and get the vehicle that you want. It's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Tell them I sent you. 5 miles west of 465 on US 36.
At Shane Company, we eliminate all middlemen and their markups and pass the savings on to you. I'm Tom Shane.
And I'm Ed, our lead diamond buyer. My team and I travel throughout the year to all 3 diamond capitals, Antwerp, Tel Aviv, and Mumbai, to hand-select our diamonds.
The world's top diamond cutters compete against each other for our business. Plus, by paying cash, we can negotiate the best price.
Other jewelers buy from middlemen or buy everything from one diamond cutter. They see fewer diamonds and have no leverage to negotiate.
Whether it's Ed buying diamonds or me handpicking our rubies and sapphires in Bangkok or buying pearls directly from the pearl farmers in Asia, only Shane Company goes around the world to get you the best value in town. My family's been importing directly to Indiana for over 50 years.
And that's what a friend would do, make a special trip just for you.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Don't put up with a cranky old water heater. Time to get a new one and get happy. I'm Corey Kreitzberger, General Manager of Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Replace your water heater with us and enjoy 24/7 service, local, licensed plumbers, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Plus, we'll give you a free 10-year warranty upgrade. That'll make you happy.
Go with the flow, the local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Terms, conditions, and tax may apply. License CP 101-00018.
Yuengling Golden Pilsner, a beer so crisp, refreshing, and smooth. When you crack one open, it makes any occasion golden. night out with the ladies.
I might call it a night. A night to remember.
Game day with your buddies.
Beer man, Pilsner here. And here, and here.
Happy hours come to life.
Could I get a Yingling Golden Pilsner? You know what? Make it a bucket.
Yes, with Yingling Golden Pilsner, card games get wilder.
I should probably fold. But I'd rather go all in.
Even backyard bonfires feel more alive.
Hey guys, I brought my guitar. And my drums.
So no matter where the day takes you, crack open a smooth, refreshing 6 generations in the making Yingling Golden Pilsner and make your day golden. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Tony Kanan.
And I'm Chuck Jones with Bill Estes Chevrolet.
Chuck, is it quiet this month without the sound of racing?
Oh no, TK. We have a huge summer sale going on.
What does that mean, Chuck?
We have all new Chevys priced to go and 0% interest for up to 84 months.
That's huge.
And we also have up to $4,000 more for your trade.
So where do I get the best deal this summer?
Find new roads to Bill Estes Chevrolet or online at BillEstesChevy.com. Just ask for the TK deal.
Denny Smith here from my friends at Sundown Gardens. You've known the name for 70 years, and this is why. The garden shop and nursery are the ultimate in home decor, garden accents, gift-giving, entertaining, holiday whimsy, and botanical beauty. Check out their pottery selection. And they do landscaping, too. Sundown Gardens, a trusted name on the north side, is now in a larger and easy-to-get-to location at 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, next to Grand Park. Sundown Gardens brings beauty to your home and garden. Visit this week or sundowngardens.com.
Hey, JMV, time now for today's soccer scoreboard update brought to you by our hometown club, the Indy 11. They host Louisville City. That's the 29th, tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Tickets as low as $15 at Lucas Oil Stadium's box office or Indy11.com. Megan Rapinoe all night tonight. Well, all night tonight over in France. How about Team USA? Their quarterfinal women's matchup in the Women's World Cup with France, a 2-1 winner over France, and Rapinoe with not one, but 2 goals. Both the Team USA goals coming from one person right there, and they move on to the semifinal round in France for the Women's World Cup. And again, keep in mind, tickets as low as $15. Louisville City tomorrow night at 7, the Lucas Oil Stadium box office or Indy11.com today.
2019 NBA Draft.
One of the most exciting drafts for Indiana basketball.
The Indiana Pacers select Goga Bitadze.
And you heard it live on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The Boston Celtics select Romeo Langford from Indiana University.
Carson Edwards from Purdue University. Find out what happens next on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
I think this situation absolutely requires a really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part. We're just the guys to do it.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, anything goes. You guys want to bring it up at 239-1070. We'll talk about it right now. Quick shout to those of you that are going to see night number 1 tonight. Dave Matthews Band, back-to-back. DMV, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Those that won tickets the past couple of days here are going to be going later on tonight, too. Dave Matthews Band in town. Lavelle Crawford, who's got his comedy stand-up going on downtown later on tonight and then into tomorrow and Sunday at Helium Comedy Club, too. Just joined us. Podcast at 1070thefan.com. But the most unfiltered segment of the history of indie radio, and we got to get a lot of you on regarding the Pacers free agency, where they stand, what Greg Doyle had to say a little bit earlier, or basically anything and everything. At 239-1070, that's where we'll go from here with Anything Goes to close out the work week. Kip sends me this. JMV is a guy who has spent my career in politics. I think Greg Doyle is wrong. Dallas, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Utah, all as or more conservative states. Players don't think too much about it, I would say. Also factor in Georgia, Louisiana, Tennessee, Indiana has voted for Democratic senators and a Democratic president more recently than those other states. Thank you, Kip, for that. That was a part of what Greg Doyle had to say a little bit earlier regarding, part of the situation the Pacers find themselves in with dealing with free agency. And to me, it's more this. Because 3 months ago, we were talking about how much money they had to spend and how great of a situation they're in, and this being a do-over season, all being that easy. But then reality starts to set in, and part of that reality is the rest of the landscape of the NBA changes. Whether players want to move or players decide to stay, winning or losing, or what's going on in LA, what's happening in New York. So many other organizations do have the upper hand when it comes to the Pacers. They just do. There's a lot less of a margin for error the Pacers can make in free agency than anybody else. Or let me say this, not than anybody else, that's wrong, than most, we shall say. I mean, you just can't make mistake after mistake after mistake. Like the Lakers had, and just say, hey, you know what, we're the Lakers, and we're in L.A., and everybody wants to come here, and here's LeBron, and he's producing movies, and you can be in it. Here's an extra $4 million, you're going to be in my movie. I mean, you don't have that here. I wish you did, but you don't. And that's part of where you sit. The other part of moving forward in free agency, and again, I brought up the reality aspect of it is, and we talked about this 3 months ago, everything looked good and you feel good, and the Pacers are still winning in the regular season. They won 48 games without, in large part, Victor Oladipo, and then you look at the Pacers with more of a focus. Put that under the microscope a little bit more, and just how much they're losing. Just how much isn't going to be back, how much they have to replace. One of the things I didn't get the opportunity to bring up with Greg that I have talked about over and over is you have to be counting on, because he mentioned, well, we know what TJ Leaf is. I'm sorry, you got to hope that TJ Leaf isn't what everybody believes he is right now, because it is going to be necessary for that guy to give them some rotational minutes. It just is. I mean, you may not think right now that Aaron Holiday is going to be an all-star, or you may not have been impressed with what he did in year number 1, but you have to hope that he is going to be able to give you rotational minutes. And I would even say this, I think you even have to look at a dude like Edmund Sumner that's going to have to give you something. And I don't know if you have to look as deeply as Alize Johnson, but again, you lose so much, you just can't snap your finger and replenish that without taking away considerable money with what you're trying to do at the top of the roster. Again, we're talking about everything that factors in right now. And it is much different in scope looking at it right now compared to how we viewed that 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. Completely different. I mean, hell, back then, you probably were talking about, well, maybe they can bring back, 3 or 4 guys. Yeah, it'd be nice. You get Bojan back, who's still in question, by the way. Oh, Thad's a leader. Thad's great for the locker room. Likes being here. Yeah, bring Thad back. And, you like Corey Joseph as a backup. He can come back. Now you're going to be lucky if somebody doesn't come out there and just float a huge check at Bojan Bogdanovic, and you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror going, well, we got nothing coming back. Again, it's the reality of it. It's how you look at it differently. From late March to now, early April until now, when it was just kind of a feel good that you got through the end of the season as a 5 seed. Just different. The layout, the landscape is all different now. Jennifer writes this, that the Pacers drafted better players and actually developed them and let them play real minutes. They could build stars here without much free agent needs, but they don't develop the guys they draft or even play them. And in large part, that was the thing last year. I mean, people say you should have been playing Aaron more, should have been playing TJ more. And that was an argument that many people have certainly made. This is from Michael. Yeah, I'm not buying that either, JMV. Money and winning. If that's the case, the Colts shouldn't get any free agents either. Listen, I don't pretend to know what somebody might be thinking as far as their political viewpoints. I just think with a lot of these guys, it's pretty far damn down the list there. I just do. But I don't certainly pretend to know. All right, Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day coming up on the other side. We shall do that. Somebody is going to win that. Somebody's going to win some Hammer tickets as we close it out, too. I got something interesting we'll re-rack just because of the weekend and because you need to hear it going into a free agency weekend here. We'll tell you about that coming up at the top of the hour next.
Join us on July 4th at IPL's Downtown Freedom Fest and stop by the Anthem Hydration Station, located on the grounds of the Indiana War Memorial for free water. Details, 1070thefan.com.
The most epic rivalry in all of sports renews this Saturday, June 29th, when Indy 11 hosts Louisville City FC at Lucas Oil Stadium. 2019's opening Louisville Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest is set for a 7 p.m. kickoff. It's the USL Championship's hottest team in Indy 11 versus the defending champs from the other side of the Ohio. Don't miss this heated regional rivalry showdown. Save the best seats now at Indy11.com or 317-685-1100.
Do you have Medicare and Indiana Medicaid? With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you could be getting so much more. Anthem may provide up to $2,000 towards dental, $0 copays on many prescriptions, and up to $1,320 for over-the-counter healthcare items. Get more out of your Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Switch today. Call 866-649-8826. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is an HMO special needs plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield depends on contract renewal.
Message and data rates may apply. Ever look at your paycheck and think, there's gotta be a better way? Well, here's some news. There is, and I can show it to you. I'm Paula Sajan, star of A&E's hit TV show, Flip This House. My brother and I have taught thousands of people how to start making money in real estate. Now, it's your turn. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour educational workshop right here in the Indianapolis area, where you'll hear about my proven flipping systems that help you start flipping homes for profit in your spare time using other people's money, and how to get started flipping the script by putting money in your pocket with income opportunities. Real estate is a powerful tool that has made millions of people wealthy, but you can't start making your first dollar until you take your first step. Come to my free workshop and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. It can mean a lifetime of financial security. To get 2 free tickets to Paul's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 37,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Paul's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 37,000.
At 1 Hour, we stand behind our work, and I mean for years. Hi, I'm Corey Kreitzberger from 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. If our repair fails in the first 2 years, we'll fix it again for free. Who else can say that? We gladly guarantee our repairs because we know the care that goes into them. Call us at 844-1-HOUR. That's 844-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions apply. License number H0010668.
That sound means only one thing. Dave Matthews Band Live. Crash. Tonight, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Dave Matthews Band Summer Tour 2019, part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
Quit eating your burgers off a coffee table. If you want to eat a burger, put it on a bar. Follow your instincts to B-Dubs for the new All-American Cheeseburger. Fresh, juicy beef smashed till it's crispy around the edges, covered in gooey cheese, and stacked to the ceiling with deliciousness. And knock that baby down with a frosted beer at the bar, just like the sports gods intended. The new All-American Cheeseburger at Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
It is the Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day. Here's how it looks. Chris Port gets Float Your Hope. Sunset Acres Jams goes to Josh Flynn. Kim gets Back Home. Rick Mills has Crazy for Loving You. Mike Smith with Hooray for Jesse. Bluto's Beauty going to Corey Ping. Fred Gary gets Power Tower. And Ron Snellbaker gets Chips Cash. It's a Friday in the Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day. Roll it.
The following is presented by the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. From Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino, it's time for the harness race of the day on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
They're off and trotting. From the outside, a Power Tower tries for the lead. Towards the inside, it's Sunset Acres James with Float Your Hope. Between horses, Crazy for Loving You. Chips Cash is widest of all as Widger is trying for the lead here. They trot into the first turn. Back Home is away 6th. Inside trotting 7th. Hooray for Jesse. And the trailer is Blue Toes Beauty. They trot over to the quarter-mile marker. Power Tower wins the early battle here, takes the lead to the quarter, 28-1. Crazy for Loving You has the pocket seat and will follow there. Chips Cash is parked to the outside now as they make the turn to the backstretch. Sunset Acres James back to the inside. 4th, Float Your Hope continues in 5th with Back Home. Down the backstretch, squaring off before the half, Chips Cash and Power Tower slugging it out as they arrive at the halfway point, and Chips Cash will now clear to the lead. So a new leader at the half, Chips Cash in 57-2 with Power Tower back to the inside to second. Crazy for Loving You trots in third, and here comes Float Your Hope, now underway to the outside for Shuttler. As they enter the bend, Sunset Acres James to the inside, continues to the 5th spot. Back Home is out, but well back off the cover, and down to the inside. Hooray for Jesse. They reach the 3/4-mile marker, and it's still Chips Cash leading there. Chips Cash by a length and a half, nearly 2. Power Tower now blocked in behind the leader. 3/4 time, 127-1. Chips Cash leads for home. Power Tower to the inside, and to the outside, Float Your Hope. 3 wide comes Crazy for Loving You. But in the final 8th, it's Chips Cash who stepped away by some 3. Outside, Crazy for Loving You, chipping away at that lead, just will not give up as they come to the wire. Chips Cash seals the deal and wins the first. Crazy for Loving You gets up for second. Power Tower third. Float Your Hope fourth. The mile 157.
Just minutes from Indy off I-69 in Anderson, Harrah's Hoosier Park has standard bred horse racing through November 9th, thanks in part to the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. And keep listening for your chance to win with Harrah's Hoosier Park Harness Race of the Day on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The Yankees face the Red Sox in London tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 on FM 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Hey, brother. What's happening, my main man? Right on. Scotch.
Straight up?
Yeah, give me the whole bottle.
Tell you what. You bend over. Now I'll shove it straight up your ass.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, I mentioned Dave Matthews Band tonight. A lot of you are going up there thanks to us. Some of you are going to stay here downtown at 21 Pilots. Are performing tonight at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Who's down with 21 Pilots? Are you? What is 21 Pilots? Is it alternative or what is it?
It's like pop, but it's almost like spoken word at points.
Pop, spoken word, alternative. Hey, can somebody out there that likes or might be going to 21 Pilots call me right now at 239-1070 and tell me what 21 Pilots music is? Because I thought that they were like a pop kid band, like a teenage band, teenagers, 4 teenagers.
A lot of high schooler. It's a big with high schoolers.
Yeah. So if anybody is going, and I'm not trying to make fun of them because I just don't know, but what is 21 Pilots, if you will? I'd like to know that before I bail out of here. By the way, the Harrah's Hoosier Park Race of the Day. Ron was the winner. Chips Cash pulled in first. Crazy for Loving You and Power Tower second and third. The exact paid out $34.80. $18.97 for the superfecta, and the trifecta went for $34.05. Our friends up at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson, man, we miss you. My man Todd and Tony and the gang up there. We got to get back up there really soon. That's Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson. And you know, Diana Ross is going to be playing up there later on this summer. That's incredible. That's a huge name. Diana Ross. I need to roll that a little upside down for you before I bail out of here with a little Diana Ross working. So, yeah, you got 21 Pilots, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. You got Dave Matthews Band, the first of two consecutive, coming up at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center later on tonight. JMV, whose fault is it that Leaf is where he is? Someone would put it on a combination. I would say more if he were able to play, that we would have seen it, or if you were trusting that he was able to play, we would already have seen it. But we really haven't seen it even in flashes. So I would say that's more on him, but a lot of people would blame the coaching staff for not giving both he and Aaron Holiday, and maybe even to a smaller degree Edmund Sumner, more of an opportunity late last year. I would say it is more on the player. For what we know him to be right now, it is more on the player than it is on the coaching staff. But, a lot of people wanted to see the coaching staff give these guys a little bit more playing time last year, and they didn't. And my thought is, if they would show that they were deserving of more playing time, then maybe you would. But now, again, you find yourself in a spot because you really need these guys to step up and play and give you some clock. But let's say it for what it's worth here. There's not too many people out there that believe TJ Leaf is going to be very rotational this year. Not very many people probably believe that Edmund Sumner is going to be that rotational this year. They do believe in Aaron Holiday. But the other two, not so much. So I think that's where it is right there. And that's most people's thought, I think, probably falls in line with that. JMV, I heard you talking a little bit earlier regarding what you think your theory is about free agency. In Rubio, who'd you rather have, Rubio or Rozier? Well, I want the higher volume scorer in the backcourt. So clearly I'd want Rozier. Scary Terry is a little scary because you don't know what he's going to look like someplace else, but he does look like he can't score. But, if you keep Bojan, then you have a scorer and a shooter, and if they really do believe in Ricky Rubio, which, by the way, I mentioned this before the break, I'm going to play this for you just because we're going into free agency coming up on Sunday. It was our conversation last Friday with Kevin Pritchard, and a lot of you have asked about it, and especially the part where we go non-specific in trying as best as we can to talk about free agency, and it's incredibly difficult to do it because of the NBA rules and the guidelines. You can't talk about players. Hell, we can't even talk about TJ Warren because things have not been solidified in that capacity yet. But we're going to re-rack that and play it for you because I want you to hear when I, in a roundabout way, ask him about their free agent interest and see if you agree with both Kyle and I regarding what they want with and then what they want without Bojan and how that's a difference maker between a couple of theories there. We'll do that coming up on the other side. Lavelle Crawford, Breaking Bad actor, comedian, Helium Comedy Club downtown this weekend. Tell him we said hello. Pat Sullivan, hashtag Ask Pat. And Greg Doyle of The Star, The Columnist, podcast 1070thefan.com. Great job out of you, Kyle, man. Kyle's getting moved in over in McCordsville. Join me tomorrow. I'm going to be live at Lake Monroe, and I am going to get tuned up at the pool at the Four Winds Lakeside Inner Marina like you would not believe. Join me poolside as I get tuned up with you tomorrow at some point. We'll see you down in Monroe County at Lake Monroe. You guys have a great weekend.
Hey, it's JMV. Are you looking for an easy way to save more money? Forum Credit Union's Common Sense account helps you earn more on your savings and makes it easy by automatically moving money from your checking account to your savings account with every debit card purchase. Check it out at forumcu.com or stop by any branch location to find out how you can save more money the easy way. It's the Common Sense account with Forum Credit Union. Again, a branch location or online for all the info you need. forumcu.com.
Looking for